Parental discretion advised.
So don't move your motherfucking switch, you retarded. Millions, this civilian talk. If you listen to that bullshit, that ain't even smart. Have you spewing out fake news? Get you ripped apart. But this Mr. P.I. and this civilian talk. Hey.
Yo, it's your boy Mr. P.I. coming straight at you. Bring you that civilian talk. Please wake up America News, because if we don't wake up today, we may not have an America to wake up to tomorrow. And that just seems so apparent these days. And it's just funny as shit how I just keep coming at you with new news. And shout out to everybody listening to the show. Shout out to if you're new and you heard about it from somebody. Shout out to you. If you told somebody and they, you know they're going to check out the show, shout out to you. You know what I mean? If you shared the show on your Facebook, Instagram, whatever, Twitter, whatever, you know what I mean? Shout out to you. Thanks so much. You already know. I can see our listeners are starting to go up some more. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because it seemed like as soon as we, pulled out those press passes, now motherfuckers like, all right, he ain't just a nigga making a podcast and shit. He legit. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how some paperwork can make you legit and shit. It's funny as shit. But we'll take it. You already know. Today we got LA County confirming there's different COVID rules for the Hollywood elites than it is for you, regular Joe. You know what I'm saying? We got some bombshell news, you know what I mean? Maximum red alert. Pentagon confirms Fauci created and released the COVID-19. So they're about to throw that nigga under the bus and shit. He swore he was getting away. They was gonna need a fall guys eventually, and he just happened to draw the short straw. Aren't y'all excited? I know I am. Can't wait to see this motherfucker burning. You know what I'm saying? Fucking hilariousness. Haitian immigrants are pissed off that they're getting deported from underneath the Texas freeway. And as soon as they land back in Haiti, they're attempting to fight their way on board of other flights. It's very interesting shit. It's like, wow, I can't believe motherfuckers is going through all that shit to, try to, get somewhere, go somewhere, whatever. It's really no holds barred right now and shit, you know what I'm saying? We got so much more and shit, you know what I'm saying? We got some plucky duck. We got a county clerk submits a report on Colorado Secretary of State for colluding with Dominion and destroying some votes in Colorado and shit. And double vaxxed Australian Olympian champion comes down with the COVID. Healthy athletes suddenly fall ill or die from COVID injections. But we gonna get to all that and more and shit. So don't move your motherfucking switch. Thanks for coming through. You already fucking know. It's your boy. Yo, it's your boy, Mr. P. You already know, coming straight at you. Listen, I appreciate all the support you bring to the show. I appreciate all the time you take out to listen to the show. But remember, just holding that information hostage is selfish as hell. You already know. So remember, you gotta share the show. You know what I mean? Please continue to support the show on Cash App and PayPal. You already know. Remember, at Mr. PI 55, you already know. There's no other Mr. PI 55. There's only Mr. PI 55. You already know. And listen, I want you to know how much we appreciate your airspace. I want you to know how much we appreciate you trying to wake yourself up. I want you to know how important it is for all of us to come together and say no to this tyrannical environment we're living in. You already know. I want to say thanks again. Get your weed ready, your lighter handy, and understand that if we don't wake up today, we may not have an America to wake up to tomorrow. So, listen, it's our show. And remember, it's your boy. CivilianTalkPodcast.com. CivilianTalkPodcast.com. Take your ass over to CivilianTalkPodcast.com. Word on the street section. It's going to open your eyes to a whole new world of shit, bro. Trust me. Rudy, we need the fucking truth. Wouldn't you agree?
That is true. It is somehow related to this, but I do not know where the good guys got it or bad guys got it.
Give our people the truth. it or not, of the things they need to know. What do we have to do to get you to give our people the truth? I feel kind of stupid, and you all should, unless you're stupid. What you had to do is go online and find out. Unless they take it down. I deserve it. So you can find it. Please don't make light of it. Many of them were triple counted. They were put into the counting machine this way.
Wrong!
Once.
This is wrong!
Twice.
This is not right!
3 times.
This is deception!
Once, twice, 3 times. Give our people the truth. Don't act like you knew it. This is real. In fact, you can Google it. I'm here to vote today. Oh, Mr. Giuliani, you already voted. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. And it's outrageous that it's tolerated. And it's tolerated because you condone it. You don't cover it. You don't condemn it. It's your job to read these things and not falsely report that there's no evidence. You agree or disagree, it's evidence. There's nobody here that engages in fantasies. I know crimes. I can smell them. You don't have to smell this one.
What are on those tables? Ballots. Ballots. The tables are being turned over. Those tables are being turned over. The tables are being turned over. And he came to a table and he turned it over.
Release the Kraken.
Give our people the truth. Don't act like you knew it. This is real. In fact, you can Google it.
What the fuck, bruh?
And we back. You already fucking know, man. Thanks for listening to the show, man. Thanks for coming through, fucking with your boy, dog. I mean, it just means so much. You know what I'm saying? That's just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a simple task collecting and dealing with and finding all this information. It should have stressed you the fuck out, especially if you know, got loved ones you care about and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, all you trying to do is live and survive and shit, and it's like, motherfuckers is colluding to kill you and shit. Very interesting shit, you know what I'm saying? I never seen a government so thirsty to, you know, slap shots at motherfuckers and shit, you know what I'm saying? You got world champions, you know what I'm saying, falling ill to the COVID vaccination. You know what I'm saying? You got global gimps falling ill to the COVID vaccination. This shit ain't got no pics. It'll come for anybody and everybody. And apparently, if you take it in your motherfucking, in your person, you know, you pretty much, you know, you're gonna experience some very interesting things, you know what I'm saying? Some ill-fitting, it's like putting on ill-fitting sneakers. It won't be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And I understand a lot of y'all doing this shit because of y'all jobs, and some of y'all doing this shit because, you know, y'all just want to get on planes and travel the world, and all that shit is cool. And I respect all that personally. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I myself enjoy traveling like a motherfucker. I think it's a wonderful thing, you know, to be able to, you know, get up and go, you mean, experience some new shit, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm not taking no shot to do it. I don't need nobody permission to go enjoy life, and basically taking this shot is equivalent to asking for permission to enjoy your fucking life. Now, how many of y'all enjoy asking for permission to enjoy your fucking life? Very interesting shit. You got some of y'all out there advocating for the shot. Why don't you take it? I took it. Look at me. Yeah, I want to look at you in about 12 months. Let's see what you look like then. Then we'll talk about me taking it and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's taken off the market in 12 months. So that makes sense. Yeah, man. Shit should have never made it to market and shit. Now y'all niggas running around talking about I'm double vaxxed. You ain't even got the FDA approved shit. The FDA approved shit ain't even out yet, and y'all niggas is talking about I'm double vaxxed. Y'all niggas, man. Swear, if it wasn't for confusion, your brain wouldn't even be processing anything. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't be processing shit. Like, some of y'all is just like vessels. You know what I'm saying? Just vessels. Like, yo, you know. Just do what you must so I can do what I can. No, man, all that capitulating shit, man, all that bitch assness, man, y'all can keep that shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you want some bitch assness shit, you can stay way the fuck over there with your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? Because mans and them not taking none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? My kids need they dad. You know what I'm saying? Adverse reactions for me? Oh no, I'm a pass on. I'd rather take my chances with the virus. Let me take my chances with the virus. How come it used to be motherfuckers, all right, take your chances with the virus. It is what it is. Now it's no, you can't take your chance. How motherfucker just gonna take the choice from you to be able to take your own chances and shit? Think about that. Think about how tremendously idiotic that is, or how the tremendously idiotic that sound. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you gonna tell me I can't fucking, you know, oh, it's not mandatory though. Why the fuck you keep suggesting this shit? Why the fuck y'all telling employers to fire employees over this shit? It was just suggestive. Yeah, man, I used to work at Burger King. Suggestive selling is, would you like fries with that? Oh, no? Okay, well, your burger comes to such and such and blah, blah, blah. Y'all niggas talking about, oh, we suggest you get it by saying, nigga, get it now, or you can't do jack shit for the rest of your life. You want to enjoy sunshine, nigga? You better, nigga. And then they got the audacity to say, well, we can you know, exclude you from the marketplace. How can you say we're making it mandatory when you can still shop online and have your your groceries delivered to you? Come on, man. Like, nigga, what? Cause I ain't take this shot, I gotta have my groceries delivered to me? Like, how much sense does that fucking make? You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers need to really wake up, yo. I mean, a lot of motherfuckers is waking up. And I pray, Father God, you please wake these people up. Like, come on, man. They already gave out 5 billion doses. Whether that's some people double jabbed, even if everybody got double jabbed already and shit, that's still 2.5 billion people that's about to die. And the thing is, we all gonna die. It's all our tickets got numbers on them. You know what I'm saying? It's all about when your ticket get punched. When your ticket getting punched. Oh shit, well, you know, I hope that never. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be on this motherfucking ride for as long as possible. I need to see my kids progress and prosper. I need to make sure that I've raised them right and shit. I need to go on a couple more vacations with them and shit. Like, I got shit to do. I gotta see him graduate. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see him have kids of their own and shit. Like, I got shit to do. Y'all niggas talking about I can't do none of that if I ain't vaxxed up. Like, oh, I can tell you now, you can suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, my whole dick. You know what I'm saying? Eat the whole joint up. I ain't even gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna like it. You feel me? Like, that shit crazy, man. Like, the fact that a motherfucker got the audacity to say you shouldn't be able to go buy groceries to stay alive is very fucking interesting, dog. But meanwhile, y'all niggas is talking about these is y'all favorite sources of news and shit. Like, oh, well, these the people I trust. Who? Seeing you trust Don Lemonhead? Like, are you serious? The nigga is a confused homo. Like, he don't even know if he's a homo for real. He like, as a gay man, I think I like cows. And you ever see cow and chicken? I like cow and chicken. You know what I'm saying? I got the nigga being like a full-fledged demon and shit. Go home, take the mask off. You know what I'm saying? It's a lizard person under that joint and shit, laughing. Like, yo, they bought that shit again tonight and shit. Then you got fucking Chris Cuomo coming back on the scene after his brother got fucking disgraced. Now you back in the news cycle and shit. If you don't get the fuck out of here, bro, we know what happened to you. We know what happened to you. You know what I mean? Your brother is a fucking chick diddler and shit. You know what I'm saying? That lost his fucking job. You know what I'm saying? And he should continue to lose any fucking job that he walks near. You better hope y'all got enough fucking money for that nigga to die on, because he's done. He'll never work again in that city. And you know why? Because employers will be too concerned about him diddling their fucking employees. Hey, what's up, Chris? Hey, man, what's going on? Your brother coming into work? Yeah. I'm an only child. Oh, okay. Well, tell Andrew we're gonna fuck him up when we see him and shit. You know, and stop taking steroids, nigga. You know, do yourself a favor. Your head swelling up and shit. You know what I'm saying? Your fucking head swelling up. You getting that Barry Bonds effect. I'm saying you on TV with your eyes all stressed out. You look like you all coming down off of fentanyl high and shit. You know what I'm saying? With a little bit of adrenochrome and shit as a chaser. And you know what I mean? Like, you look terrible. You know what I'm saying? You used to look okay. Now you look terrible. You got the COVID. You ain't looked the same since. You know what I mean? Maybe you really did get COVID and shit. They had you coming out the basement like fucking Bill Cosby leaving prison and shit. Y'all niggas is out of fucking control and shit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all say, I'm the fucking problem. Oh, I'm the problem? Okay, yeah. Yeah, sure. You know, it's alternative media that's spreading lies and propaganda about this whole COVID-19. Look, COVID real because all y'all took a shot for that shit. It wasn't when they first told y'all about that shit. They just had an extreme cold. You know what I'm saying? It might have been a nigga taking whatever. They was probably making the vaccine and shit. And the motherfucker done cut his hand on a vial and shit, absorbed all that shit. Now, he was fucked up and then started hocking on his coworker and shit. You know what I'm saying? How would Dr. Fauci say? He would have droplets floating all in his esophagus. He was coughing droplets into his associate's esophagus. That's why they had went to the hospital in Wuhan shortly after. Like, I'm so done with fucking Fauci. They need to just lock him up, hang him, and get this shit over with. You know what I mean? Then go after fucking Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab. We want fucking George Soros. We want his son, Alexander and shit. Remember in Pelosi we trust? Oh, Pelosi you trust? Yep. Sure you do. You know what I'm saying? Because after we lock her fucking ass up, she gonna sell you out. I'm telling you. Soroses. I don't know why y'all would trust fucking nervous Nancy Pelosi, bitch. I mean, she can't even keep her fucking teeth in her mouth. You gonna trust a motherfucker that can't keep their teeth in their mouth? Okay. Maybe you guys are as smart as advertised and shit, you know what I'm saying? Which is completely dumb as shit, but I mean, that's neither here nor there, I guess. You know, a lot of people don't really care about, you know, the ramifications of the actions of these motherfuckers. You know, a lot of people just like, hey, man, well, why don't you get over the fact that, you know, COVID is a real thing. It's here to stay. You need to take your vaccine. Like, I walked out the crib today and shit. And it's so fucking funny because it's like, do people that wear masks see other people that don't wear masks and wonder why the fuck they still alive? If this shit's so... Like, I've been seeing the same people wear a mask for the last year and some change, and I haven't, and they haven't come to that conclusion like, hold on, man, maybe this shit is fugazi. You know what I'm saying? Nobody think this shit fugazi but Mr. P and others. Very few selected others. Y'all just like, man, you know, y'all got your or something else I seen and shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker was rocking his vaccine passport faithfully. Faithfully. You feel me? Faithfully. Why did I see him today? It's off his wrist. He not wearing the COVID passport no more. Why? Why is he not wearing the COVID passport? Huh? Huh? Come on, answer the question. Why is he not wearing his COVID passport? Because that nigga know now. He knows. That shit is not a good thing at all. You see what I'm saying? They capped you into believing that you was doing this wonderful, tremendously beautiful thing for humanity, and the whole time it was just cat. Pure cat. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was like, bet, get this vaccine passport. I'm up. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, shit. That shit popping. And guess what? Cap. Y'all niggas cap the fuck up. Y'all mad as shit now. Like, hold on. What the fuck? How the fuck? When the fuck? Why the fuck? Yeah, bro. You ain't know? You ain't dig it? You ain't understand what was happening? Huh? You thought they just had your best interest at heart, huh? You just thought they were just going, you know, look out for you. Just like, yo, you know what? I like my man. You know what I'm saying? He don't need no vax pass. No. You know what I'm saying? He don't need no shots. No. You do need them. They want you dead. You know what I'm saying? They want you. You know what I'm saying? It's a terrible, horrible, man. So many of us got loved ones that we lost and shit. You got Fauci coming out. The 18 months before COVID hit. So 18 months before November 3rd. Before November 3rd. Fucking Fauci got Peter Daszak to ask the Pentagon to release the bioweapon on China. If that's not fucking like completely the fuck mind blowing, then I mean, this motherfucker been, oh, I didn't do it. What are you talking about? Is you know, I was just a civilians, you know, trying to look out for you guys, you know. Whole time. Droplets. He was the one giving you the droplets. He was the one putting them in your motherfucking in your food and shit. Did you know that they plan on growing mRNA in your vegetables? Did you know that? Did you? These motherfuckers is gonna grow mRNA in your motherfucking vegetables, my nigga. So you're gonna be going to Whole Foods and shit, talking about, yeah, you know, let me get some of that lettuce. You want a taco supreme and shit? Your motherfucking taco lettuce is gonna be straight, pure mRNA's finest. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't care because y'all don't even give a fuck about none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? If you did, I wouldn't have had to go get a fucking press pass to let y'all niggas know that I was serious about telling y'all this shit I was telling y'all. And truthfully, everybody got the right to be depressed. Truthfully. It's keeping it being and shit. It's in the First Amendment. Freedom to press. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, dog. It's crazy, bro. It's kind of hard knowing, you know, we got people that we care about that's petrified, feel like they're back against the wall, they want a job, you know what I'm saying, and they want to work, they want to be prosperous, and the whole time the system is like, this is when y'all should be talking about, oh, the white man holding me down, because now it actually is white men oppressing you and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some ironic ass shit. Now it's exactly what y'all niggas used to say 24/7. Oh, it's the white man. Now Joe's been hiding white ass along with these fucking cracker ass cracker globalists. Is all fucking, you know what I'm saying? Trying to, you man, they all trying to get you on some shit. All of them. And what you out here saying and shit? Bill Gates loved me. Okay. I see we got Slow J Simpson in the house. You know what I'm saying? Slow J Simpson. So we're going to get started and shit, you know what I'm saying? Maximum alert. Maximum red alert. Pentagon confirms Fauci created and released COVID-19. Documents implicate Fauci in funding gain-of-function research through DARPA. Yeah, that's the Pentagon, my nigga. DARPA, Pentagon confirms Fauci plan to release weaponized coronavirus. A bombshell report has concluded that scientists at the Wuhan lab of Institute of Virology and their affiliate partners attempted to secure $14 million in funding from the Pentagon scientific arm DARPA to genetically alter viruses, including bat coronaviruses, to make them more infectious to humans, just 18 months prior to the subsequent outbreak and panic. Let's do it. It's my man Alex. You already know.
So I told you that the big brains, I've said this 50 times probably, are saying it's a nano spike protein. The Pentagon and DARPA, that's the group, just released the documents that Fauci and Daszak developed a synthetic spike protein delivery system for another virus contained within it that is a combination of 5 viruses, exactly the same viruses that make COVID-19. And they describe it as a COVID coronavirus delivery system, chimeric virus that has the special spike protein to infect humans.
Crazy shit.
Wow. And the reason I'm going back to that is you've heard me say over and over again, but none of that even matters now. It's confirmed. It's just hiding in the London Telegraph, and it's in a few new U.S. newspapers that, oh yeah, that Fauci's group wanted to release it, and they wanted it made to infect humans, and they wanted it released. And the Pentagon and DARPA said, are you crazy? You'll kill people, and then we'll have a war. I'm going to read you the articles right now. Wuhan scientists planned to release chimeric COVID spike proteins into bat populations using skin-penetrating nanoparticles.
Wow.
London Telegraph, Zero Hedge, Infowars.com, all confirmed from DARPA that runs the Pentagon. I'm having trouble breathing. I'm having an anxiety attack. This never happens to me, but like once a year when some story's so big. Or I get a call and some family member's in a car wreck and been hurt, you start having that anxiety attack. I mean, this is total war. I mean, we've got it. He's got to be arrested. They've all got to be arrested. The whole house of cards has to come down. This can't just continue on, or we all have a responsibility to stop him. And we have the total proof now.
Total proof. And we're going to let some more of this play.
I can tell you unequivocally, this story is 10 times bigger than anything else you've ever reported. This is bigger than us exposing the globalists working with radical Islam on 9/11. This is bigger than them lying about WMDs in Iraq. This is bigger than the German government working for the U.S. government, giving 30,000 children to convicted pedophiles for sex rings.
All confirmed.
This is bigger than all the autistic children and them knowing that mercury was causing autism in boys passing the blood-brain barrier. This is bigger than dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This is bigger than the Cold War. This is bigger than World War II. This is the biggest thing in modern world history. And you can argue if they succeed, it is the biggest thing
they ever got away with.
History.
Yeah.
Other than Jesus Christ. When I saw this yesterday, I was going to bed early. I was tired. I'd only gotten 5 hours sleep getting back from D.C., waking up, going to bed at 1 in the morning, getting up at 6 in the morning. And I was energized like electricity shot into me. The London Telegraph. And I didn't just believe the Telegraph. I already knew all the backstory. But that DARPA released documents. DARPA released documents that Fauci and Peter Daszak approached them 3 years ago and said, we want to release a chimeric coronavirus that's described as COVID-19 purposely on to the people in China.
Wow.
Whoa.
Crazy.
And that's why when they started to get caught 6 months ago, they shifted from saying, oh, it wasn't a lab leak. It happened in a grocery market, a wet market, a live animal market.
Trying to
oh, no,
divert.
it was the Chinese government. It was an accident. Because they were doing it to set China up, I'm sure now. And I don't like the Chi-Coms and can't stand them. But now it's all clear. I've got the whole story, how Obama created it, how they had it at Chapel Hill. The scientists got upset. Even the Pentagon said, don't do this. They shipped it to China. They developed it there further. And then they brought grants to DARPA saying, we want to create nanotech that delivers viruses through spike proteins that will go through human skin so we can spray it on people. And they're talking about a bioweapon. And DARPA said this will endanger the humans of Earth. We will not do this. Do you understand this? And what did General Flynn say? Well, he hadn't said it publicly, but he said it to quite a few folks, and I agree with his sources, and I've checked. He said a month ago, this is a synthetic nanovirus, and I want him on the show, or I want him out there who told him that, because that's what this is, a synthetic nanovirus that goes through the damn skin, and that's what Flynn told medical doctors that have told me, including one of my treating physicians, who's very high level. I'll leave it at that. And I'm not blowing sources here. This is all known. I was told this by other Pentagon sources. High level people in the CIA say, no, we know it's really a global consortium. It's a synthetic nanovirus. And now the Pentagon and DARPA released the smoking gun on Fauci's ass, that he had Daszak come to them and say, we want to create this and secretly release it in China. And they said, are you crazy? The Chinese will nuke us, you maniacs. Remember, the whole world's the target of this.
Mm-hmm.
So no wonder they're covering up, and no wonder, because it's Obama. Holy hell. And there's the patents on mRNA vaccine delivery using lipid nanoparticles. So, I mean, you have to understand something. They can't even respond to this. You know how the liberal media is responding? Mainstream news, the late-night comics, all their minions that are paid off by Big Pharma on record that are on YouTube. They get force-fed everybody. I wouldn't check them. I'm going to play clips later. They go, you've heard the fake news about resigning FDA scientists. You've heard the news about them voting against the booster shots. It's just not true. It's fake. And we're not going to debate those fake scientists that Joe Rogan interviews. That's word for word. I'll play it later next hour.
That shit crazy.
And, of course, they did resign, the two head scientists, and they did vote 16-2 against the booster shots and said this is a failing drug and it's going to discredit vaccines for generations. I mean, that all happened, okay?
It actually did.
But they sit there. Here's one of the groups.
And gaslights
People
you.
are. I have to see them force-fed the feeds. This is Sam Harris trashes Brett Weinstein with Alex Jones comparisons, the Majority Report. And you see this crap, and they just go, It's not true. Nobody resigned. It's all lies of Alex Jones. And it's weird to have them try to discredit you, say you're fake news, and then use your name to go, oh, Alex Jones says they resigned. It's not true. What? And they go, we're not going to even tell you the names or show you articles. We're not going to get to their level of disinfo. Well, guess what? I have AP, Reuters, CNN all admitting the resignations and why. So I'm going to show their video later and then show it. But think of the soullessness. And they say, we're smart, we're liberals, we're highly educated. We don't listen to the dumb right-wingers. Talking to their depressed, suicidal, low-income, uneducated audience. I mean, I'll show you the main studies that leftists
tend to be dumber than the rest of the population.
Are the most uneducated people out there when it comes to their vaccine support. The more highly educated you are, the less you take these shots, and that's in major studies. I'll show you, but let's just pull back from this. Let's just move on. They're just hoping this all goes away. They're hoping to God you don't look this up. Overhead shot, please. This is the Infowars.com headline. Bombshell. Docs reveal Wuhan lab planned release of genetically enhanced coronaviruses that specifically are the 4 viruses with the added spike protein added. Now, that's our show. Look at this. This is from Zero Hedge from the documents. Wuhan scientists plan to release chimeric COVID spike proteins into bat populations using skin-penetrating nanoparticles, which would also penetrate humans, the Pentagon said.
Wow.
Here's the London Telegraph. Wuhan scientists plan to release coronavirus particles into bats in caves who would then spread to the general population because these viruses are in all the major animals. They're in lizards, they're in mammals, they're in
everything.
Reptiles and everything. Leaked papers reveal. I mean, I can hardly breathe right now. I'm actually having an anxiety attack. I don't want any of this to be true. It's all true. Wuhan scientists plan to release coronavirus particles into cave bats. Leaked papers reveal. Here's another one. Wuhan scientists plan to release enhanced coronaviruses into bat caves before COVID outbreak. Daily Mail. Here's another one. Wuhan leak. Lab scientists plan to release souped-up coronaviruses into bat caves before COVID outbreak. The Pentagon said no with DARPA because it'll, quote, infect humans. I'm going to read you all of this next segment, but call everyone you know now. Go to freeworldnews.tv. That's the link they're not censoring right now. freeworldnews.tv. Take the live show feed out off the Alex Jones page or go to Infowars.com and just take that link that's right there in the live show feed.
And share it. You already fucking know. And we got that full video and a link to the full video on civilianstalkpodcast.com and shit. So don't worry about it. You can just go straight over there, check out the full thing. It's about an hour and some change. And y'all know we can't play that whole thing. You already know. Whistleblower reports on the VAERS scandal. Physician's assistant testimony reveals massive amounts of COVID vaccine adverse events not being reported at the hospital. Hospital physician assistant Deborah Conrad has come forward with her testimony about massive amounts of COVID vaccine adverse events not being reported by the hospital. She recalled a call with her hospital president that revealed a shocking truth. Let's check it out.
And I went on the website. I looked, and the first thing I noticed was that it said healthcare providers are required by law to report certain adverse reactions to VAERS. And I said, what do you mean? Like, what law? So, and then you look further, and it had a whole section on it, exactly what you're supposed to report. Specific things you're supposed to report to VAERS after the COVID vaccine rollout. So that's when I started reporting patients on my own. Well, very quickly, that became a full-time job.
A full-time job, nigga.
My name is Deborah Conrad, and I'm a physician assistant at a local community hospital. I've been there about 15 years. I'm a hospitalist PA. I take care of the inpatients. So if you're in the emergency room and you have to be admitted to the hospital,
you're going to see her.
You'll see me, and I'll take care of you throughout your hospital stay and discharge you when you're ready. I love my job. I love my job. Being in the medical field and knowing how important it is to make sure that we keep patients safe is #1 priority. January, February is when we started hearing about the pandemic, and then I remember the day that they closed churches and schools.
The fields are empty, the playground's deserted.
And that's when it really hit home for me, and I realized, okay, it's coming here, we got to get ready. I was actually sent into a larger hospital to learn and train how to take care of potentially catastrophic situations. Many of us just had severe anxiety during the pandemic, thinking we were bringing this home to our families. There was a bunch of us that went to learn how to do mass casualty training in case we needed it. So that was a little scary, and that's kind of when it really hit home for me. The vaccine rollout went pretty smooth at our hospital. I've never experienced an emergency use vaccine or an emergency use really anything in my lifetime. I've been pro-vaccine. I mean, my kids are vaccinated. We rolled them out to pretty much like essential workers and that and all at first. There were many that were excited about it, and I understand we were all looking for a way out. After rolling them out then to the kind of general public, the elderly and in nursing homes in the area, we would get elderly in with COVID. It was kind of interesting. And it was weird. It was almost like a week after they would get their first dose, they would test positive for COVID. And then we started seeing patients coming in, I got my vaccination and a week later they're in with pneumonia. I can say for sure in 2021, this is the year of pneumonia. Independent of COVID.
That's what it is.
With so many pneumonia, sepsis. And even in the middle of summer, all summer, that's what we would get in the hospitals, pneumonia.
Took that
After
shot.
After the vaccine rollout, I definitely noticed an uptick in heart attacks, strokes, blood clots, gastrointestinal bleeds, gastrointestinal complaints, appendicitis. We even saw pancreatitis, recurrent cancers. It was noticeably increased, where it wasn't just me noticing it, everybody seemed to notice it. It became clear to me that there was something wrong. I knew nothing of VAERS, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. I didn't know about our responsibility to report. It was never even talked about when these vaccines were rolled out. I mean, you'd hear it in the news here and there, but there was never this push to make sure providers were made aware that if you're getting patients in the hospital with issues, these issues, whatever, that here, you got to go to this website and start reporting and start paying attention to stuff. That was never educated to us at all.
See?
I went on the website.
Fucking.
The first thing I noticed was that it said healthcare providers are required by law to report certain adverse reactions to VAERS. And I said, what do you mean? Like, what law? So, and then you look further, and it had a whole section on it, exactly what you're supposed to report. It's specific things you're supposed to report to VAERS after the COVID vaccine rollout. So that's when I started reporting patients on my own. Well, very quickly, that became a full-time job in and of itself. I would say within 3 weeks to a month, I had already had 50 patients reported.
Dang.
And that was just of the providers that
Told her.
willing to tell me about patients, recognize that there may be a problem. So I went back to my administration and I said, I need help. I can't do this all myself. It's overwhelming. I'm on the phone with the CDC all the time. I'm on the phone with these patients. I need more people to know about it so they can help me and we can do the right thing. But that was met with then resistance, because that's when the vaccines were really starting to get pushed. Everybody's got to get vaccinated. This is how it's going to go. And by me admitting that we need to report, because there may be some issues, it would create vaccine hesitancy amongst the healthcare workers, amongst the staff, amongst the other staff, amongst the patients.
You can't have that, man.
Things changed, because I wouldn't be quiet about it. And what I did was I put envelopes in our emergency room and told many of the providers, hey, if you get a patient that comes in and they just got their vaccine, or you think something might be related in any way, go ahead and put their demographics in the envelope, and then I'll take care of it and call the patient and get the report done. Thinking it was only going to be a few reports a week, no. It turned into, like I said, a full-time job very quickly. When you roll out an emergency use product that you're going to mass release on the population, wouldn't you assure that you have safety mechanisms in place? The first thing you would do is assure that people were educated about side effects, what to report, who to report to. Before you did that, that should have been the first thing. Educate your healthcare providers who are going to see these people in the hospital. Well, then how come we didn't get educated as healthcare providers?
Because they didn't want that shit reported.
We're supposed to educate ourselves.
See, exactly. It's not their responsibility to educate them. Wow.
Why are we not wanting to report this?
I don't know that it's a matter of not wanting to report it. I think the position the system has taken is that each provider has a responsibility to report on their own patients.
But if the providers aren't provided education on what we're supposed to be reporting and the importance of such, how do they know to do it?
But I believe the providers should educate themselves when they're dealing with patients related to COVID vaccination.
They don't even realize that these are specifically the conditions that we're supposed to be reporting to theirs. So we've had a ton of them. I mean, we get thrombocytopenia, blood clots. Just Tuesday, I think it was, we shipped out, I think, 3 cardiomyopathies, blood clots. We got a guy on the floor, well, he just died, I just pronounced him a second ago, who got his shot, and literally 2 weeks later, the guy ends up with cancer blown out of nowhere, a portal vein thrombus, like, just get stroked. I had a lady that had a stroke within 48 hours of her vaccine, fully on anticoagulation. I had a lady have a bilateral PE, and she was on Eliquis after her vaccination. I know these are things that are reportable.
That our hospital system talked to their risk management team, and I was no longer allowed to report on any other patient but patients of my own that I saw, where there was a warning that I was told I must support the vaccine effort and the approach to the vaccine. You know, during the pandemic, I received an excellence award for just my patient care and just how dedicated I am. And now I'm being looked at as a dangerous individual that's putting my patients in harm's way.
My boys.
And all she trying to do is help.
These patients deserve to be heard. These injured, I have to say potentially injured, because we don't know, right? But they deserve to have a voice. They're being shunned too. They're being told they're crazy, that they have anxiety, that it's not real. They don't have anybody fighting for them. There are injured patients out there. There are people whose lives are completely destroyed as a result of these vaccines. There are people who are now in the ground because of these vaccines. I have no doubt about it. And I'm speaking out because I want to be their voice. And I hope others come forward too, because I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone.
And that's real humanity right there. Shit, that's not that fake ass, fake ass woke shit y'all niggas be on and shit. That's real fucking humanity. You know what I mean? But let's get into the jab and shit. Let's go ahead and get into the jab, cause we're gonna see a whole bunch of shit, and we're about to laugh a little bit, cause that was kind of sad. The fact that they intentionally killing motherfuckers and shit, and to them it's just a business as usual. To us, it's our lives and shit. So, fully vaccinated Chris Rock gets the coof, then tells everybody to get jabbed. Let's check it out. My man Salty Cracker, let's do it.
That's right, we got AIDS out there. You think they're gonna cure AIDS? No. They can't even cure athlete's foot.
Often, when you get into the real world, the effectiveness of vaccines falls short of the original efficacy. That is not at all the case with the vaccines for COVID-19, because the real world effectiveness is even more impressive than the results of the clinical trial.
Now that's a fucking lie.
They ain't cure that because ain't no money in the cure. The money's in the medicine.
Lols. Look at this idiot. Sarah Palin, this anti-science bigot, Donald Trump supporting moron. Where's everybody's favorite Tina Fey to put this bitch in check over here, telling everybody that she don't need no vaccination because she got natural immunity? Natural immunity is a conspiracy theory. Your body can't just natural immunity itself. That doesn't make any sense. Take a look at this, friends. We're over here at Yahoo. Yahoo News is still a thing. It blows me away. Anyway, Yahoo News, boys. Yahoo News over here regurgitating HuffPost. Oh, no. I got inception levels of AIDS. All right. Sarah Palin says that she's not vaccinated because she believes in science. What? Oh, no. Oh, no. Looks like somebody's stepping over the lefty's trademark of science, science, science. Her science is different, boys, right? Sarah Palin's science
Science, 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 and science.
Well, it's different, boys. Way different than the real science from the Bill Nyes of the world and, of course, Dr. Anthony Fauci's. But anyway, let's go see what she has to say. Sarah Palin, the 2008 GOP vice presidential nominee, said this week that she has not received that COVID-19 vaccine because, again, she believes in a different version of science than the establishment. She said, quote, "I'm one of those white, common-sense conservatives. I believe in science, and I have not taken the shot. One, because the waitress never came back to me and asked me if I'm ready for that shot." That's a stupid joke. That's a really lame joke. Anyway, here's the important part. But two, because I do believe in science, and the Faucism of the day back then was, if you had COVID, and I've had COVID, well then Mother Nature was creating an immunity. Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on a second. You're not allowed to talk about that natural immunity. That's a conspiracy theory again. And all of the mainstream media press was mocking this chick, saying, "You dumb bitch, don't you know? Dr. Anthony Fauci and the CDC, they tell everybody that the immunity that you get from the vaccine, it's way better, magnitudes of order way better than anything that Mother Nature could give you." This is the one that they don't like Mother Nature, huh? Okay, interesting. On a totally unrelated note, hey, here's Chris Rock, and he's got coof even though he's been jabbed in his butthole. Whoa, what? See, look at how different the mainstream media press is. It's totally not a weapon. It's totally not political, friends. No. Everything that you're watching, definitely above board with the establishment. Sarah Palin talks about having natural immunity because she had COVID. The entire establishment attacks her, calls her an anti-science bigot. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's a dumb bitch. All that rah-rah woman empowerment goes right out the window when it's a Republican. Now, here's Chris Rock. He went out there and he was telling everybody to go get that shot, go get your boosters, go get everything, and then gets coof, and everyone's like, "Oh, no, it's totally fine. It's one of those breakthroughs." Yeah, but you told me that the breakthrough was never going to happen. You told everybody that these shots were 100% safe and 100% effective. Well, that's not 100%. And by the way, is anybody else noticing a shit ton of people who've been double vaccinated, and of course they wear their quadruple masks, and now they've got coof? Remember last year at the height of COVID, you had Idris Elba and, of course, everybody's favorite, Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks, how did he get that? Opening up Wayfair cabinets, I guess. Catching that coof, allegedly. That was it. There was like 2 or 3 people from the Hollywood A-listers, if you'll call them that, who had COVID. There were no vaccines back then, right? Now there are vaccines. And again, we keep talking about this. The Foo Fighters shut down their concert because they got coof. You got Dee Snider, he got coof. You got half of Kiss, they got coof. You got Chris Rock, he got coof. All of these people, now with, again, 100 billion people all jabbed up with this stuff, and now everybody's getting it. You can't tell me that it's highly effective. Never going to see a breakthrough case, but all of these breakthrough cases are happening, and on top of this, we should probably do boosters, even though the FDA says we shouldn't do boosters. No, it's 100% effective. Come on, this is too stupid to be stupid. But here's Chris Rock. He's telling everybody he's tested positive for COVID-19, and he's urging his followers to get vaccinated.
Wow.
It says, hey guys, I just found out that I have COVID. Trust me, you don't want this. Get vaccinated. But you're vaccinated. Yeah, and he was telling everybody, no, I went out there right away. I skipped the line.
And it's always on Twitter.
I pushed old ladies out of the way so I can get that Johnson & Johnson in my arm. I'm double vaccinated. I even got the Johnson & Johnson booster. It's in test phase right now. I'm all jabbed up. Right? I'm testing coof, positive for coof, but you should definitely go get vaccinated. Again, this has got to be the world's worst advertisement for a vaccine.
Ever.
They keep doing this, by the way. They keep doing this. And again, all of the mock and all of the ridicule is going in the direction of people who are talking about having natural immunity. Those people are stupid, crazy goofballs, and they should be shamed by this public. They shouldn't be allowed to travel. They shouldn't be allowed to leave their house. Right?
I mean, and that's the fucking narrative they pushing and shit. We shouldn't be able to do shit unless we got the COVID vaccination.
Maybe they should be rounded up and put onto boxcars, huh, lefties? After they don't show their passports, please, everywhere. Those people are scumbags, right? Nothing for this, though. Nothing for this keeps happening. At bare minimum, lefties, you fucking Kool-Aid drinking morons, at least ask some questions. Ask how we keep seeing. Again, at the height of the people, you guys keep telling everybody, well, I wish this stupid fucking small minority of anti-science bigots would just go out there and ingest the science and get jabbed because they're going to put us all at risk. How are we putting you at risk?
You took the shit.
You're the vast majority. You've been inoculated. You told everybody that these were 97% effective. Why does this keep happening? You should be questioning. You guys of all people should be questioning this. If you put this fucking shit in your system, you should be questioning why this keeps happening. Well, don't worry about it. Hey, he ain't gonna die though. He wasn't gonna. Statistically, he wasn't gonna die anyway.
Exactly.
Fucking AIDS, man.
You got a 99.7% chance of living from this shit.
You better go out there or you die.
Y'all niggas
you didn't do it. Yeah, I got a 99.98% chance of fucking living though. What is going on over here? What is this shit over here? Hey guys, I just found out that I had COVID. Trust me, you don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want the regular flu. I don't want fucking cold. I don't want sniffles. I don't want sore throat. I don't want any of this shit.
Facts.
But you can't go around telling everybody, hey, I'm double vaccinated, all right? But I did catch COVID. Go out there and get vaccinated, because then normal people are gonna be like, that sentence, was that in English?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Was that in
There you
English?
have it, my friend. Mainstream media press in a frenzy right now, attacking Sarah Palin and upholding Chris Rock. No. Here's how you gotta listen to this dude. Fascinating. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching the video. Support channel. You'll be kept up to date with this fucking
Man, you already know. If you got it for salty, send your boy a couple of pennies. You know what I'm saying? Keep the show floating. But yeah, man, it should just get fucking even goofier from there and shit. Really though, you know what I'm saying? Healthy athletes suddenly fall ill and die after forced injections, and the media is silent. Healthy athletes at the top of their game suffering debilitating and in some cases career-ending side effects from the mRNA COVID jab, but don't expect the media to report it. I mean, I'm a Division I student athlete with no prior issues, and I got the second shot Tuesday, and within 4 days I have been diagnosed with myocarditis and was told I probably won't be able to play my senior season now. Wow. While the media, the governments, the pharmaceutical giants repeat the mantra, COVID vaccine is safe and effective, anecdotes of deadly adverse reactions from student athletes tell a very different story. As the fall semesters begin, several universities impose mandates requiring students to be vaccinated, which is sad. Following the mass vaccination drives, there's been numerous reports of several vaccine injuries among student athletes worldwide, along with mysterious deaths of otherwise healthy young students. Vaccine deaths, huh? CNN didn't tell me that. Christian Blanini, University of Katina volleyball player described as a rising star, died inexplicably on September 9th. In a statement, the university describes the industrial engineering student passing as a sudden death. The lack of any additional information surrounding Bellini's untimely death led many to speculate the COVID vaccine may be to blame. Indeed, the University of Katina requires students accessing facilities to have the COVID-19 Green Pass, which show a person been vaccinated. The university also urges they strongly encourage all those who have not been vaccinated to do so. Israeli studies on the vaccine recently found the excess risk of myocarditis, particularly in males between 19 and 21. Another student passed, 96 to 2021, Francis Perrone, University of Iowa. GG's defensive lineman Francis Perrone died suddenly over the weekend following his team season opening 11-10 loss to the University of Toronto Varsity Blues. Perrone studied mechanical engineering at the University of Iowa and was in his 5th season with the program. So this was his last eligible year. He was twice honored as a U Sports Academy All-Canadian for his work on the field and in the classroom, noted Bleacher Report. A tweet from the school indicates a 5th-year Iowa student died while in Toronto. No cause of death has been released, obviously. He has turned 25 earlier this month. Too young, too soon, Iowa Sun reported. Once again, a complete lack of information on from the media about the healthy student-athlete abruptly demise prompted speculation the vaccines were behind the death. Healthy university athlete suddenly dies and the news reports are silent on the cause. His university forces all students to take the vaccine. It's fair to ask, did he die from the vax? This is Ezra Levitt, blue check. University of Iowa earlier this month launched a new mandatory vaccine policy stating anyone who intends to come to campus for any reason must be vaccinated. Man recounts story of 23-year-old athlete. His community had died suddenly. In a heartbreaking TikTok video, a man describes how an unnamed 23-year-old college athlete attended the Ivy League school described as a pillar in his community died after taking a college-mandated vaccine. He is now dead because he was required to have a vaccine, the man described. Let's try it.
Everybody needs to hear this. This breaks my heart, and I try not to get angry. We have a kid in our community, 23 years old, college athlete, Ivy League school, Best Buddies program, just a pillar of the community. He is now dead because he was required to take a vaccine. He took the vaccine and immediately had a heart attack and died. There was no reason for this. This kid would go out of his way to always check up on my daughter, because I have a daughter with Down syndrome, would go out of his way to make sure she was always good. Just a great kid who is now gone because he was required to take a vaccine for a virus that would not affect him. Science says it would not affect him, so why would you force the kid to take a vaccine? You people, look, all my family is vaccinated, flu shots, all the vaccines required, all my dogs are vaccinated. That's not the problem. This is an experimental drug that has no long-term studies on humans, and the studies on animals is poor. But you're going to force people out of fear for a virus that will never affect them.
I mean, it's straight bullshit, you know what I'm saying? It's malarkey, some would say, and shit, you know what I'm saying? Everest Romney, earlier this year, healthy 6'9", 17-year-old high school sophomore Everest Romney was hospitalized after experiencing severe migraines and swelling in his neck. Post-vaccination, the serious adverse events left Everett barely able to walk. In an interview with Christian Health Defense, Robert F. Kennedy, the boy's mom, Cherie Romney, explained her son adverse reactions occurred following the vaccination. And don't nobody want to, you know what I'm saying, before COVID vaccination, her son was a healthy athlete. Now he can barely walk, mom says. Within 24 hours of getting the vaccination, Everest began experiencing exorbitant amounts of pain and swelling in his neck. Let's check it out. You know what I'm saying?
After getting his COVID vaccine. And the question now, could it be related?
The boy's family says he has blood clots in his head. News specialist Dan Rascone's following this story and is live tonight. Dan, the big question out there is, did the vaccine cause any of this?
Right now, all doctors in the health department is telling us that there's no proof that it actually causes.
See, all they do is hit you with the no proof shit. That means it's exactly what you think it is.
But that's the question, of course, the family has. They say that their son was perfectly healthy, playing basketball, practicing basketball, and then all of a sudden he got the shot. Now he's in the hospital.
I mean, I hear myself and I sound pretty like it's all good.
That bitch is crazy.
The mother of 17-year-old Everest Romney in tears over what has suddenly happened to her.
Because, yo, I hate to say this, is the Stockholm Syndrome. Y'all about to see a clear case of Stockholm Syndrome right here.
Son. A very healthy, active athlete at Corner Canyon High School that ended up in the emergency room and now Primary Children's Hospital after getting the Pfizer vaccine.
There was nothing wrong with him. Nothing. If I'd known, I never would have done it, you know, and I think, but then so many people have, and they've had no problems.
Everest got the COVID shot on April 21st. He told us in a phone interview from his hospital bed that...
Or so you think. They not telling you about the adverse reactions on your favorite CNN.
That night, he started to feel pain and swelling in his neck.
And this NBC came out to motherfucking interview her, which means that's probably the station she watched.
It was really just the neck, but it was also affecting like some of the things around my body. I was feeling a general weakness.
Days later, he got extreme migraines and then he was diagnosed in the emergency room with blood clots. Everest believes the shot had something to do with it.
I think that it caused the swelling, and I think that the swelling caused the clots. So I don't think that it was directly related, but I think it was indirectly the cause of the clots.
I believe that the shot is related to his condition right now.
But Cherie still believes it was the right decision to get her son vaccinated.
It's hard to say this because of everything. I'm grateful for the shot. I'm grateful for the good that it has done.
It didn't do no good. You know what I'm saying? Which is fucking crazy because people honestly got the Stockholm Syndrome.
And I acknowledge that.
For this 6'9" basketball player,
I really love basketball.
The road to recovery is not going to be quick, but Everest is confident he will get his game back and more.
I'm very optimistic at making a full recovery. I wasn't certain in the beginning.
Now, Everest is expected to be released from the hospital on Thursday. The health department did release a statement giving it to us, saying they're not able to talk about the specific case here, but they say there's no evidence that Pfizer and Moderna vaccines causes rare blood clot.
Now it ain't. Yo, that shit is fucking horse shit tacos, bruh. You know what I mean? Here go another college athletes deliver a warning from the hospital. Let's do it.
I'm in the hospital right now with heart complications from the COVID-19 vaccine. And I want to inform as many people as I can about the risks from taking the vaccine that I wish someone would have told me. So I am a Division I student athlete with no prior health issues, and I got the second COVID shot Tuesday, and within 4 days I have been diagnosed with myocarditis and was told that I probably won't be able to play my senior season now. It is a side effect from the COVID vaccine, and it's really not being reported or addressed, and it is a serious issue that we should all be informed about before making this decision.
Yo, and I'm gonna come back on the other side. I'm gonna actually replay this joint because we still in COVID and shit, so don't move your motherfucking switch. It's your boy. Hey, you ever want to hear a pissed off person that know the truth about COVID that actually work for the hospitals? Here go one right here.
Ever. It's never been isolated. This is up on the FDA. This is up on the CDC. They've admitted it everywhere. They've fully admitted it. They've admitted that they have fudged all of the death counts. So there is no COVID-19. There's no such thing. They've admitted that. So they're basically, and that the flu has disappeared since the beginning of this. So basically every illness under the sun is being named COVID-19 because the PCR test detects pieces of DNA, RNA, detects shit that just sloughs off, detects sequences that we all have in our body. It triggers for inflammation. It triggers for all this bullshit. So just ramming that thing up your nose alone can cause you to trigger positive. It's ignorance to use the PCR test. The creator of the PCR test himself said that that test should never be used to test for any illness. So if you're too fucking stupid to understand this and you're running out and getting a test, you're an absolute moron if you're like, well, the cases are on the rise because retards are running out and getting a test. When in the history of the only person that used world has anyone run out and got a test when they have no symptoms? You have no symptoms of respiratory illness and you're going out and getting tested for a respiratory illness. The moronacy of this shit, retarded thinking of people, and then you come down with flu symptoms now, you come down with a cold now, and then you're like, well, you people that won't wear a mask and all you people that won't social distance, it's all your fault. No, it's your fault. It's your fault because you're run down. It's your fault because your immune system is run down. You got anything going on in your body that would cause you to be run down? You got anything going on in your body right now that would cause you to be run down? Or is it that it's cold and flu season right now? Are you one of the stupid fucking retards that's wearing a mask at any point at all? Because that increases your risk of getting sick. I'm a registered nurse with a master's degree, and I will never put a fucking mask on my face or on my child's face, nor will I put us at risk because of your moron retard nonsense. Nor will I social distance, which also lowers immunity.
Exactly.
I won't do this stupid shit because you're an idiot. And if you...
She spazzed. She spazzed out. I agree with her. CivilianTalkPodcast.com. CivilianTalkPodcast.com. Take your ass over to CivilianTalkPodcast.com. Word on the street section. It's going to open your eyes to a whole new world of shit, bro. Trust me. So we back, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to actually have that young man start over again because his message is just as important as anybody coming out and speaking against this motherfucking COVID vaccination and shit. If it'll save your life, then it needs to be heard and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, here's only 2 minutes. Let's do it.
Right now with heart complications from the COVID-19 vaccine. And I want to inform as many people as I can about the risks from taking the vaccine that I wish someone would have told me. So I am a Division I student athlete with no prior health issues, and I got the second COVID shot Tuesday, and within 4 days I have been diagnosed with myocarditis and was told that I probably won't be able to play my senior season now. It is a side effect from the COVID vaccine, and
there's no proof that that's a side effect of the COVID vaccine, because it ain't no proof. I don't know why he said it's a side effect. It ain't no proof, says Dr. Fauci.
It's really not being reported or addressed, and it is a serious issue that we should all be informed about before making this decision. It isn't right for people to be forced to take the vaccine because there are actual side effects like this that could happen to you. And the NCAA should not mandate student athletes to get the vaccine because of what could happen to so many fellow student athletes. Health issues, which has happened to me. Everyone should be informed of the side effects, and no one should be forced to take something that could cause what has happened to me, and no one knows the long-term effects of what's possibly going to happen from this. And
exactly,
it's kind of uncharted territories because everyone else with the same heart issues from the vaccine as me, we're all being tracked and monitored. We're basically like test subjects from the vaccine, so it's a very serious issue that really needs to be spread.
And his fucking face kind of droopy. He might be coming down with the Bell's palsy too.
Athletes that have also had to have either heart surgery or have had heart issues from this, and it's very scary stuff. And a lot of people in our age group apparently are at higher risk for heart issues from the vaccine, and it really does need to be talked about.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you don't see fucking CNN all fucking, you know what I'm saying? All fucking sharing his story. Why not? How come you don't see CNN sharing that story and shit? You know what I'm saying? Why? You know what I mean? Fucking NFL releases disastrous COVID vaccine protocols. Let's check that out real quick. Yeah.
The NFL is now going to treat unvaccinated players like Jackie Robinson was treated when he played in the major leagues. So if you're an unvaccinated NFL player, you can't work out with the team, you can't travel with the team, you can't eat with the team, so you can't use the sauna or the steam room. You can't do any social media campaigns or anything. You have to get tested every day. You have to wear the mask every day.
Every day.
You have to quarantine if you're
NFL about to be
situation over or exposed to someone with COVID. Folks, the vaccines don't even work because let me just tell you, Tom Brady's not getting the vaccine.
Yeah, Tampa.
Are you telling
y'all
me
season
Tom Brady
over,
is
nigga?
not going to be allowed to eat with the team, fly with the team, train with the team? Please. Let's see that situation play out.
Facts, though, you know what I'm saying? But the craziest part is athletes that's world-class athletes coming down with this fucking the COVID shit because they all trust in the science. Or Dr. Fauci, I should say. Not the science, they trust in Dr. Fauci. You know what I'm saying? They trust in the fake ass Dr. Faucisms. You know what I mean? Faucheesies. You know what I mean? Like, sad, man. We fucked up, dog. Like, big time. Big time. We in a bad spot. We in between a rock and a hard place. Probably the hardest place we've ever been in between. Like, we is in a bad situation, folks. You understand? We in a bad situation. And all y'all can say is, take the shot. Y'all sound like parrots and shit. Take the shot. Oh, take the shot. Take the shot. Probably want a cracker. Oh, I'm double vexed. You should be too. You should be too. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy, folks. You know what I mean? What do we do? What do we do? Know what I mean? This I mean, like, literally, nigga, they on us. They on top of us like a kid diddler at drag queen story time. They on our ass, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They on our ass. So, I mean, what we gonna do? Y'all scared to say anything. Y'all don't want to lose y'all jobs. I think it's funny how Father God, you really hooked me up. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Jesus, man. Like, you came through in the clutch. I know I'm one of yours, man, for real. It's like, bro, I could have had so many situations, but the Lord saw fit to give me the situation I got. You feel me? You know what I mean? And that's big time, dog. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate that. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Jesus. You already know. Double-vaxxed Australian Olympic champion swimmer hospitalized with COVID in Italy. This is an RT article. Another example of COVID injections not working. Huh? What do you mean not working? Australian double gold medalist Madeline Wilson has admitted she is scared after being hospitalized with COVID-19. In a message to fans, Wilson confirmed that she was double vaccinated and promised to bounce back. Williams was part of Australian 4x100 women's freestyle relay team, which won the gold in Tokyo during the summer. And the 27-year-old star is currently in Naples, Italy, where she is due to compete with the Los Angeles Current in the International Swim League, ISL. Okay, interesting shit. But Madison revealed from her hospital bed those plans have been scrapped by her COVID infection. I am extremely disappointed and upset not to be racing alongside my teammates in a match 8 here in ISL. I recently tested positive for COVID and yesterday was moved into the hospital for further care and observation. Even though I'm double vaccinated and took the right precautions set in place through ISL, so the swim league told her to take the shot, I have managed to fall to this virus. It's been a crazy few months, and I believe being run down physically and mentally may have made me more susceptible. I feel extremely unlucky, but I do believe this is a huge wake-up call. COVID is a serious thing, and when it comes, it hits very hard. I'd be stupid not to say I wasn't scared. I'm so lucky for all my family, friends, and people and support people. I can't believe how much love I have been shown. I am forever in debt to those people. Special thanks to my incredible LA family. You haven't and won't ever see a team with a bigger heart than theirs. Always from the pool to the most incredible, compassionate group of people. And in the pool, we are fighting with every bit of strength. I can promise we will be ready to fire comes semifinals. I'm taking some time to rest. I'm sure I'll be ready to bounce back in no time. Hopefully, not to be the bearer of bad news, but you know, people do struggle to bounce back from this, but you know, we don't know what the long-term effects are, and if it hits you like that on your second jab, you know, ain't no telling what's gonna happen on your third one. Because in order to go to those semifinals, you're going to have to take that booster shot, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? But for those of you that don't want shots and booster shots and 2 pills a day, they got something special for y'all, especially for you vegans and you mystery meat eating motherfuckers. Well, Ping, what the fuck you mean mystery meat? You Impossible Whopper loving motherfuckers. You fucking, I mean, it's going to affect our livestock too. So a lot of shit is, we're about to see a great extinction event sometime soon. It's going to be fucking ridiculously crazy. And I really hope we can make it past that shit. But scientists growing mRNA vaccine-filled plants to replace COVID injections. Yes, really. You will eat the vax salad. That's what they saying. That's what they want. You feel me? A team of scientists is working on a way to make your leafy green salad a new cutting-edge COVID vaccine delivery system. Yes, really. The National Science Foundation awarded $500,000 grant to researchers from UC San Diego and Carnegie Mellon University to try to successfully inject DNA-containing mRNA vaccines into plant cells where they can replicate and be harvested as edible vaccines. Ideally, a single plant will produce enough mRNA to vaccinate a single person, said Julio Pablo Giraldo, an associate professor at UCR's Department of Botany and Plant Science at a university release. UCR News, University of California, Riverside. Grow and eat your own vaccines. Very interesting. Got a chick there smiling extra hard with a bowl in her hand and salad magically falling into it. Got tomatoes, lettuce, got some basil, some broccoli, you know. Oh yes, so nice. We are testing this approach with spinach, lettuce, and have long-term goals of people growing their own gardens. Farmers could also eventually grow entire fields of it, Giraldo added. Giraldo explained his team is using nanotechnology to manipulate small organs inside of plant cells called that's a hard word to pronounce. But I know what cells he talking about and shit. The chorioplasties, which help convert sunlight into energy to incubate mRNA vaccine particles. They're tiny solar-powered factories that produce sugar and other molecules, which allows the plant to grow. Geraldo said they're also an untapped source for making desirable molecules. So now he fucking with the nature. So you ever see the movie The Happening? Where niggas was, if you went outside and breathed the air, you just killed yourself? Yeah. One of the reasons I started working in nanotechnology was so I could apply it to plants and create new technology solutions, not just for food, but for high-value products, as well as pharmaceuticals, Geraldo added. UC San Diego professor Nikolai Stanmitz elaborated that the nanotechnology will repurpose plant viruses that create a new gene therapy product. Wow, this is crazy. Our idea is to repurpose naturally occurring nanoparticles, namely plant viruses, for gene delivery to plants. Stanmitz said some engineering goes into this to make the nanoparticles go to the chloroplasties and also to render them non-infectious toward plants. This development comes just weeks after Food and Drug Administration formally approved Pfizer mRNA vaccine for widespread use in individuals 16 and older. In emergency use, I realized I was a guard at Doctor Speaks Out. We kind of heard a lot of doctors, you know what I'm saying. But let's give it a quick go real fast. You feel me? Let's see what they got going on and shit, because we always want some new knowledge. You feel me? Let's do it. Okay, Harrison. I see you.
We're going to take a moment to listen to some truth tellers. Now, this information probably will still get you mad because it is exposing the purposeful genocide now unfolding against people across the world. But at least we have truth tellers standing up and speaking out against what they're seeing. I want to go down to clip number 4. It's a fairly long clip, but it's well worth the watch. It is a funeral director who says there was no pandemic, but the jabs are causing the problem now. And this is a guy that used to go on BBC to talk about the pandemic because what he was saying was in line with what the narrative was. He was asked to come on and basically fearmonger about COVID, and he was happy to do it because he thought that was the truth. Well, now things have changed. He's realized that they're not telling the truth, and when he tries to speak up, expecting them to treat them the same way that they did earlier, they find that he's been silenced and ignored, called a conspiracy theorist.
Oh.
Same guy. He thought, hey, I got up on TV and said the things that I thought earlier, and they loved me. Now, when I get up and say the things that I see and believe, they act like I'm making it up. They act like I'm a conspiracy theorist.
That's because you are. You're a conspiracy nut.
So people are waking up. People are realizing
you're a conspiracy
exactly
nut.
What's going on.
You tell the real truth.
And
You're
so
a conspiracy theorist
so many
nut
people these
job.
days stand up and speak out about what they really see going on. Here is that funeral director saying there was no pandemic, but there is now.
For sure.
I've obviously, since I've gone public about my concerns, nobody wants to talk to me now. You know, the BBC, the silence is deafening. They're quite happy for me to promote the hysteria, but now I'm actually voicing concerns and seeing a pattern of death related directly to the vaccines. Nobody wants to talk about it now, and this is despite the fact that there are a number of very, very eminent people and thousands of doctors globally, nurses, consultants, professors, virologists, all saying the same thing. The government seem to be pressing ahead and blackmailing, coercing and forcing people and slowly creating a two-tier kind of Nazi-type society for a pandemic that isn't there. And the Delta variant, I can tell you, is widely recognised within the NHS as a vaccine injury. It's not a virus, it's vaccine injury. And I can tell you, as a funeral director working on the coalface, you've been told and weaved a very elaborate lie to convince everyone that they're ill and there's a dangerous virus and you need a life-saving jab. And the real death rate was in care homes as a result of midazolam, and then the deliberate relabeling of every normal death as a COVID death. And then we've seen the extreme death rate once they actually began vaccinating. And it is definitely 100% that, I can tell you, as a funeral director. Now, some of the families that come to me are totally unaware, and I ask every family, is their loved one jabbed? And they'll say, yeah, they're double jabbed, but it couldn't have been that because it was 8 weeks ago. They just don't see the connection, and I'm not there to call their bluff.
Nigga, bomb shell, nigga.
I'm there to look after their mum or dad. I see the connection consistently, and I also see great efforts being made not to acknowledge it. Now, two things are going to happen shortly, and I can tell you this with amazing foresight. They're already jabbing children. They've been inventing new variants a newly named variant every other month. And the idea of that is there isn't a variant, it's to get you used to the idea of there being a variant. And what will happen shortly with all these children that they're injecting is children will get sick and children will die as a direct result of these injections. It will swiftly be labelled as a new variant. They will parade crisis actors and bereaved parents on the TV, mainstream media, urging you to get a jab and protect the children. It's a certainty. It will happen, and I'm waiting for it to happen. 100%. I've got no doubt in my mind, and you'll all be amazed at the amazing foresight I had. If you're in any doubt, take a look at where you live and what is going on and who's passing away, and they're all jab recipients, and any funeral director with an ounce of integrity and honesty will tell you that. And since kind of going public, I've had about 45 different funeral directors or people working in the funeral industry that have directly reached out to me. They're very aware of what's gone on. They're all very, very, very scared and frightened. If they're willing to murder people the way that they're doing, I suspect that they won't think twice about silencing people like myself. And I know my days are numbered for daring to speak the truth. But the reality is there is no COVID pandemic, and I'm living proof of that. It's all been designed to get you to believe it and to take a vaccine that they're now... Do you know how many children I've had in, or that I've heard through my network of funeral directors in maybe a 50 or 60 mile radius, children that have died from COVID in the last, since it began? Not one. Not a single child has passed away from COVID that I'm aware of. And I would be aware because it would be big news. You know, I don't doubt somewhere they will magic up some child and label them with a COVID death, because they've done that with many other deaths. There are no children that have died from COVID, so there is no reason whatsoever to put these gene therapies into children.
So don't take my word for it. There is the UK.
Crazy, folks. That's crazy, man. Motherfuckers telling y'all straight up, but y'all on this fucking fake ass righteous shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to give this shit to your kids, and y'all motherfuckers is just giving this shit to your kids, man. And it's literally a cult. A cult. You're indoctrinating yourself into a cult. These people don't give a fuck about, man, this shit crazy, man. Part 2 of James O'Keefe and Project Veritas, FDA official, blow darts African Americans and wants Germany registry for unvaccinated. Let's do it.
Now at AmericanMuckraker.com.
Get blow darts of J&J and go to the unvaccinated, blow it into them, blow dart it into them. I remember reading about how with COVID trials they were having an issue recruiting African American people.
Can't blame them.
I can't, but at the same time, like, blow dart. It's where we're going. There needs to be a registry of the people who aren't vaccinated. Although that's sounding very Germany.
The Germany that you're thinking of is
Nazi Germany. I mean, think about it like the Jewish star.
It looks like FDA or something.
Yeah.
So
Again,
so in order.
blow dart. It is the perfect answer.
Fucking faggot liberals,
And since
man.
J&J is an mRNA, you have no issue of it counteracting with anything else. So again, you just shoot everyone. Drones. Drone darts. Easy.
This nigga talking about drone darts and blow darts.
I will cheers to that.
Yes, cheers.
And the people who are like, oh, the vaccine's terrible, it's the Antichrist, are like, yes, our savior.
Wow, he said people are like, oh no, the vaccination is like the Antichrist. And we're like, yes, our savior. Wow.
I will cheers to that.
Yes, cheers.
And the people who are like, oh, the vaccine's terrible, it's the Antichrist, are like, yes, our savior. So if they start handing out vaccines, I'm going to go door to door and stab everyone. Oh, it's just your booster shot. Stick your arm out.
Exactly.
What's that? Oh, it's just a vitamin C shot. Again, if you're an undercover journalist, you can't quote me. Again, if you're an undercover journalist, you can't quote me.
Wow.
The government doesn't want to show that the darn vaccine is full of shit.
There needs to be a registry of the people who aren't vaccinated. That's sounding very Germany. I'm gonna go door to door and stab everyone. How much is your booster shot?
Wow.
She didn't take it because of her religious beliefs. She was coerced into taking
They
it.
are not reported because they want to shove it under the mat.
So they're testing on the white people now.
How do we reach the minority populations?
Blow darts is probably still our most feasible option. Blow darts is always the answer.
Yes.
Cheers for that.
Yes.
Wow. That's crazy. Boy want to blow darts. And then, not only do he want to blow darts, he want to blow darts with the most deadliest one they came out with, the Johnson & Johnson. Blow darting with Johnson & Johnson. The one that's guaranteed, the one that they pull from the shelves. So, he want us to get blow darted with the deadliest one. This nigga work for the FDA, dog. Fucking straight for noid ass liberal lefty loser. I still live with my mom and got a decent ass job ass motherfucker and shit. You know, straight in the basement. When I'm not at work, it's video games and porn. And when I am at work, it's cock buffing and vaccines. Shit crazy.
Yeah. I remember reading about how with COVID trials they were having an issue recruiting African American people, and it was because of a different medication the government tried to do that was specifically designed to kill African Americans.
Oh, so the mistrust thing.
Yeah.
But this thing's safe, though.
And we know that now, but like again, I think there is still this big mistrust in, like, it's deep rooted in.
Yeah. Can't blame them.
I can't, but at the same time, like, low dart. It's where we're going. Yeah. I mean, my personal thing is like, you know, you get blow darts of J&J, and again, I'm a little cynical.
Blow darts of J&J?
Yeah, Johnson & Johnson.
What do you mean?
Like, go to the unvaccinated, blow it into them, blow dart it into them.
Wow.
That's where I am at this point.
How do we reach the minority populations? Is there a way to do it? I want to get back to normal.
I'm sure there is. I'm not the person to answer it, though, other than blow darts. Because I think that is a great solution.
Well, the problem with that is African Americans, they might think that it's like almost like a callback to like getting shot by like the...
It's fine. We'll go for the whites first.
Oh, there you go.
We'll post like video campaigns about doing it to the whites first, and then they can't call it.
Then they can't say it's racist.
Exactly.
Because it almost harkens back to like the thought of being shot in Africa by a blow dart and then put in a...
We'll have to hire some Amazonians first.
Yes.
Because like they'll get it done.
How good are you at blowing darts?
Want to see how fast to get an Amazon rainforest tribe out here? Yeah, but I mean, the undocumented immigration isn't much of an issue as like a lot of people make it out to be. I think the issue again is if it's a large population of people who are going to choose not to get vaccinated because they don't want to admit that they are undocumented. Again, you're going to create this issue where you got the anti-vaxxers and the people who are choosing not to for that reason, and then you have the vaccine. Again, the obvious answer is blow darts. If we just stick everyone again with the J&J to make sure that everyone's got something, we're good.
I know there's enough to go around, so I mean, it's just how to so unorganized.
Blow darts. It is the perfect answer. And since J&J is an mRNA, you have no issue of it counteracting with anything else. So again, you just shoot everyone.
I wonder what kind of technology we have right now, like miniature sort of blow darts or anything like that. Something
drones. Drone darts. Easy. The white, uneducated, like... It's like all of the colloquial people that we see in like Alabama and all this, and it's like... Apparently you need an IQ test, and if you fail below a certain level of IQ, you're getting a shot.
That's a good idea. That would probably put a lot of shots in arms.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, how feasible is that, though?
That's less feasible than the blow darts. I think the blow darts are probably still our most feasible option.
Alright, cool.
And, like, the funding's there. It's easy to do. Blow darts. That's all we need. done.
Yeah. Seriously.
It's terrible, but at this point I'm like, I don't care about your bodily autonomy. Because it's not just your bodily autonomy that you're putting in jeopardy.
You see any of that stuff going on?
How? You got the vaccine. See how these fruity ass liberals be acting and shit?
I just don't understand why she's opening up her mouth and causing more harm.
Y'all niggas see it.
Well, see, the issue is that, like I just said, we look at it as harm because we think, and like I think most educated people would think, the vaccine's a good thing. Whereas, you know, on the other side of the coin, the people who are like, oh, the vaccine's terrible, it's the Antichrist, are like, yes, our savior.
But my dad doesn't know anything. So I not on my problems with him are not on your level, but my problems with him are like, he's anti-vax.
Okay.
He's,
So we need a blow dart to go visit him.
Yeah. Yes. So,
hey, Dad, stick your arm out.
Yo, this nigga in these blow darts, you notice? Yo, boy asked him, yo, yeah, how he had to laugh at it himself. He said, how good are you at blowing darts? You know that was a shot at his sexuality and shit, because main man ain't laughing shit. This shit is crazy, man. James O'Keefe does it again, man. This motherfucker, he's the baddest motherfucker in town.
Yeah, oh, it's just a vitamin C shot.
Exactly. In my opinion, the fitness industry dealing with this, we have to force it door to door.
Yeah.
What are the chances of that happening?
I mean, census goes door to door if you don't respond. So, we have the infrastructure to do it.
So these niggas trying to get cat.
But I think at that point there needs to be a registry of the people who aren't vaccinated. Although that's sounding very Germany at the same point.
I mean, we have to get back to normal. So.
I agree. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there is, again, like I said before with other things, I don't think there's a good choice. There isn't a black or white choice. There's only gray choices. Because the black or white isn't feasible.
Yeah, I'm at the level where I'm like, honestly.
I agree. I'm also there. But what I think and what the government will actually do are very different. Because if they start handing out vaccines, I'm going to go door to door and stab everyone. Oh, it's just your booster shot.
There you go.
He gonna go door to door. Wow.
I'm not a trained licensed professional, it's fine.
I mean, you can tell them it's like a flu shot or something. It's a monthly.
I mean, I'm sure they don't take that either, so the death rate's gone down. This is the one thing that I hate about statistics is, you know, sometimes you can play with them in the way that you want to show the information.
Wow.
Because you can definitely do that, you know. If you let COVID kill off everyone over 60, let's say, everyone under that age is going to have an easier recovery period for the most part, so the death rate would obviously go down. It's like, oh, we're doing a great job, death rate's down, but it's like, okay, you've killed off like 400 million people.
Damn.
And again, that's one of the things about statistics. It's like, oh, you play around, sometimes you can find the thing to tell you what you want it to tell you.
Well, I just figured that it would be a no-brainer that they would push for the booster shots.
Yeah, again, I understand FDA's position because it was like, oh yeah, they only produce the data for 65 and older with these booster shots, so they don't have the data to say, oh yeah, it does the same thing for 20-year-olds. And it's like, okay, but do we think it's harmful for 20-year-olds to get a booster shot? This is my question to FDA, and it's like, they're like, they didn't provide enough data, and it's like, okay, I get it, but I don't at the same time. But that's my personal opinion. Again, if you're an undercover journalist, you can't quote me. Yeah. So this is the thing that's always like really crude as an economist.
If you're working with James O'Keefe, don't say anything.
Each human life. life. And so when I think about, like, government mandates like that, I think about it in those terms, which, you know, is terrible because I think each human life is priceless in its own self, but, like, okay, so if you give 1 million vaccines and 2 of them are blood clots, okay, you have a loss of $10 million about in your, like, government regulation type world framework. Because each life's accounted for about $5 million. And again, it can range and all that stuff, but, like, okay, so if you give these 1 million vaccines, you get everything back to normal, are you making more than that $10 million loss, or are you not?
Now it's about
That's
money.
the way that, like, we're trained to, like, try and think about these things in terms of cost-benefit analysis, that type of stuff. Again, my own opinion is very different, but...
Wow.
So you're trained, can you explain that in layman's terms better?
Yeah, so, like, with our econ training, with, like, when I learned how to do my job.
Will they, like, ever play politics with, like, the science? Or?
So, I would think that the general people there, so the people who are the actual scientists, no. But there are political appointees that are generally scientific advisors who are appointed by the president or the commissioner. So they definitely do.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're being paid based on if the other people are staying in power. Unfortunately, everyone ends up playing politics. But I don't think that the career scientists are. I think that it's the people that they're unfortunately having to report to because these political appointees are being put in place. And that's part of, like, the Senate confirms the people to then just pick their people.
That shit crazy. This nigga done dropped all the fucking goodies on the fucking table, y'all. He done told us everything we already fucking knew. You know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. That shit is fucking crazy. Bro, you don't see how fucking insane that is? Like, that's fucking ridiculously insane, bro. You understand? Like, they getting a fucking kick out of making you sick. Like, that shit, oh man, like, I don't mean to be rhyming and shit, but nigga, they getting they fucking, they getting they licks in. So, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are we doing? We sitting around just taking it. I know some of y'all fucking completely fed up with some of this shit. Y'all don't do nothing, y'all don't say nothing and shit. Y'all just be like, well, I just don't, I don't want no trouble and shit. I want to be able to keep my job, man. Fuck that job, bro. That job, man, they don't give a fuck about you, cuz. That shit is apparent. You know what I'm saying? That shit is obvious as shit. They never gave a fuck about you, family. You know what I'm saying? If they did, they wouldn't be mandating that you get some fucking gene therapy that don't nobody know what's going to happen to you in a certain amount of time and shit. You know what I'm saying? LA County Health Department confirms different COVID rules for the Emmys and Hollywood elites. You know what I'm saying? This shit crazy. Health Department claims gatherings of Hollywood elites without masks exempt because they have better safety precautions than the general public. Wow. They really said rules for thee, not for me. Follow the money. Shit crazy. Los Angeles County Health Department issues a response claiming there are exemptions for film, television, after actor Seth Rogen called out COVID violations on stage during the 2021 Emmy Awards. Comments made by Rogen about the amount of people attending the indoor award show prompted widespread concern about hypocrisy and disproportionate enforcement of COVID regulations in Hollywood. I mean, it really fucking happened. Let me start by saying there's way too many of us in this little room. He started off his joke. That shit is crazy. Dog, that shit is fucking crazy, bro. Let's check him out. It's only like 2 minutes.
Anyway, good to be here at the Emmy Awards. Let me start by saying there is way too many of us in this little room. What are we doing? They said this was outdoors. It's not. They lied to us. We're in a hermetically sealed tent right now. I would not have come to this. Why is there a roof? It's more important that we have 3 chandeliers than that we make sure we don't kill Eugene Levy tonight. That is what has been decided. This is insane. I went from wiping my groceries to having Paul Bettany sneeze in my face. So, that's a big week. Anyone's gonna sneeze in my face, Paul. I want it to be you.
You know what I'm saying? This shit is fucking crazy, bro. They out there chilling. Remember, Barack just had his 60th birthday party, not giving a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? Never did, never will. You know what I mean? This shit crazy and shit. This is the Los Angeles Times, Sunday's unmasked indoor Emmy ceremony prompted many, including presenter Seth Rogen, to wonder if award shows are somehow exempt from COVID-19 protocols. Well, the LA Department of Health has spoken, and the answer is yeah, kinda. Wow. The Emmy Award show is a television production, and persons appear on the shows are considered performers, or persons appearing on or in the audience of the Emmy Award show were merely vaccinated against COVID-19. Also, public health was informed that each of these persons had a verified negative PCR test 48 hours prior to the show. This is very interesting shit. The health department also noted that the award show was additionally exempt because they contracted the department beforehand and required guests to be vaccinated. The Emmys reached out to the public health in advance to share their safety protocols, which exceeded a baseline requirement for television and film production, the health department told the Times. Careful planning before a large event is essential to assure all the health and safety requirements are adequately addressed. Public health will continue to review protocols in the future, large television production events, and prescribe additional safety modifications to mitigate the risk of COVID-19 transmission. Crazy shit. The health department defense of largely celebrating gatherings was panned on social media. The hypocrisy of protocols have been the entire thing a joke. Has made the entire thing a joke. Brian Hong, the 0.1%, the 0.01% OnlyFans sale. I don't know what the fuck. This is an absent of Steph's Sailor Stephanie. I guess like Sailor Moon, or maybe she's a Navy brat or something. Anyway, regardless of vaccination status, those not actively participating in movies, TV, and film production are still required to wear a face mask covering indoors in LA. They really said, rules for me, rules for thee, not for me. Follow the money. Steph, you're absolutely right. Normal guy at normal G 19047996. The hypocrisy of all of it. How about same rules for all, regardless of whether you are a rich celebrity politician or rules only for us peasants? Well, you found out, normal guy, that it's only rules for us peasants. Yeah, sorry to be the one to break it to you. Ellie Latham. So they admit that the minority doesn't have to play by the rules set for the majority. Yes. Just to put it out there, I still don't wear a face mask, still perfectly healthy. Wealthy people have never followed the rules. That's why during the lockdown, Kardashian were flying off to private islands for parties it's time for people to find new obsessions. Agreed. At Foreskin, Phor Skin. Trish at Trish Anderson 32, which is complete bullshit. Pretending COVID doesn't seem to touch elites. Just us peasants are affected. Yes. You finally understand what is meant for you is a life of servitude, slavery, gimpification. But I think my man Paul Joseph Watson got something to say about it. Let's do it.
The same Hollywood elite who will screech on Twitter about you not wearing a face mask in a near-empty grocery store, all gathered in close proximity in huge numbers at the Emmys to slobber all over each other completely maskless. And once again, they were all attended to by an army of worker slave drones, all of whom had to wear masks. I've seen more social distancing in a fucking ant colony. But you're bad for wanting to visit your grandma at Thanksgiving. The woman in yellow is rich and famous and thus immune to COVID and thus is free to walk without a mask. Sadly, the staff at the end of the video are not rich or famous, lack immunity and thus must cover their faces for their own good. California has a mask mandate for all indoor events, even if you're fully vaccinated. But apparently, so long as you show up in a backless luxury Dior dress and smother yourself in $2 million worth of Tiffany diamonds, the rules no longer apply. 4-year-old children in California have to wear
we gotta
face
get $2 million in diamonds, bro.
These twats get to genuflect and drool all over each other all night, giving speeches about what good people they are, with not a mask in sight. My kids eat their lunches on their laps in the school auditorium facing forward and get yelled at if they talk to friends. Comedian Seth Rogen was praised for being the only self-aware person in the room to point out the disconnect.
Let me start by saying there is way too many of us in this little room. What are we doing? They said this was outdoors. It's not. They lied to us. We're in a hermetically sealed tent right now.
But this wasn't an impromptu moment of spontaneous self-awareness. The jokes were scripted. They were written before the event, laughing at you. They even had some kind of DJ announcing that all the COVID guidelines were being followed, while the camera literally showed celebrities hugging and kissing.
Celebrate and party, but while we're doing that, we're absolutely following all the official health and safety guidelines that some
this nigga just kissed this bitch, she hugging.
They're taking the piss. But despite this avalanche of vile hypocrisy,
shit crazy.
What was the main point of concern afterwards on Twitter? Too many white people winning awards. Because God forbid talent should be judged on actual talent and not just on skin
color. Right.
Meanwhile, more footage has emerged of AOC at the Met Gala being attended to by a phalanx of masked worker slaves while she and her maskless husband laugh it up. Keep complying, idiots. Just shut up and keep complying.
That's all you gotta do. Anything fucking goes, man. And for real, dog, it's so sad because it's like motherfuckers is just not getting it. You know what I'm saying? J.P. Morgan makes an unexpected discovery. Delta variant only half as infectious as assumed. This shit is fucking crazy, dog. Niggas don't even, you know what I mean, understand what the fuck is going on and shit. Now that the Delta variant in the U.S. has peaked in terms of new cases, hospitalizations, and death, media fear-mongering surrounding the latest round of COVID pandemic is understandably been quiet, pulled from the front pages, at least until such a time Mu variant or some other variant strain du jour makes a triumphant appearance, and Fauci is again touted across the mainstream media to distill a fresh round of fear and set the scene for a new round of restrictions and lockdowns, a cycle that will repeat at least until the midterm elections, which predictably will have to be conducted largely by mail. You know that was going to happen. Fuck Joe Biden chants been showing back up all across the motherfucking globe and shit. NCAA stadiums around the nation erupting fuck Joe Biden chants last week. The slogan picked up steam and now is being shouted basically everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The shit is crazy. Best. This is El Donald Trumpo. Poppy Trumpo. Weekends are for fuck Joe Biden. Agreed. Hold on. How many of y'all ready to come to terms that y'all done fucked that money up? Anybody ready to have a come to Jesus moment? Anybody? Nobody? All right. They just showing like a variety of stadiums. Oh shit. At the NFL press conferences. Louisiana State. Wow. Coastal Carolina University. Yankees versus Mets. New York Stadium. North Carolina State. Mississippi State. Yankees versus Mets again, another game. You know they go up against each other like 3-4 times in the series. This is Indiana University. Wow, this is Michigan University. Michigan. Niggas not playing, bro. They really on some fuck Joe Biden shit. There go some more.
We're like, oh shit. Hide the beard.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Yo, this at a concert. He playing this guitar. Yeah. Yo.
Well, that's not nice.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I love y'all.
Fuck Joe Biden and shit. Fuck Joe Biden chance at Bradley Gilbert concert, West Virginia. When BG comes to West Virginia.
Oh, I'm here for that.
He said, oh, I'm here for that.
Record this in front of the house, please.
Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. Yo, he gonna make a song out of that shit. That shit gonna be a hot ass drop before you actually drop the song and shit. It's like a little interlude to a song. That shit'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. Oh shit, he done got hit with some draws. Oh, he done got hit with some bras. Bras and draws, nigga. You're winning.
There ain't a bra left in this place, dog.
There ain't a bra left in this place.
There's another set of dangerous ones out.
There's another set of dangerous ones. that was a big ass bra. He called them dangerous. Yo, let's try it.
Fuck Joe Biden!
Oh, they in a casino.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Ludicrous Pino.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Oh, damn, they went on. They took their time. Yo, oh shit, people walking by like, fuck Joe Biden. They raising their hand like, yeah.
Fuck Joe Biden!
Oh, you got security over there. Like, yeah, they up on the second floor. Pissing us off.
Fuck Joe Biden!
You all late, nigga. We been out this joint two fucking minutes. You just talking about fuck Joe Biden. You got the weakest fucking voice out of everybody. Fuck Joe Biden. But thanks. We do appreciate it. Jay Lee. It's a beautiful day to rage. It look like they in Times Square. Yeah. 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 I'll be out there just turning up, nigga. That's what it's talking about. It's a movement, Andrew Rokuski. Is this a... Where is this at? This a conference or an airport? This might be a stadium. No, it ain't enough TVs to be a stadium. It might be a stadium. It might be a stadium. Dayton University is a proud member of the Fuck Joe Biden movement. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, now this is a boat party. Fuck Joe Biden. Oh shit! He got his boat decaled the fuck out. It say "Fuck Joe in the hoe." Oh shit! Yo! Fuck Joe in the hoe. Wow, I gotta watch that one more time. This was at the boat parade when they do the boat parades for Trump. Wow. Fuck Joe in the hoe. Fuck Joe Biden movement. Got a chick on horseback on TikTok. Let's try that one. Oh, she got the flag. Wow. She had that horse dick in it too and shit. Fuck Joe Biden chants across America. This is a whole compilation. I mean, we pretty much went through the entire fucking compilation. But fuck it, since this is my man fucking, you know what I mean, Owen Schroyer, why not? Yeah. Let's go. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. Chill. There you go. Yeah. There you go. There you go. They made a song out of this shit. I was digging that. Yeah. Fuck Joe Biden. Let's not forget this. Fuck Joe Biden. Your old head, child. He tapping his foot. He had to clap. He was like, yeah, that's my shit. He ain't say it though, but he had to clap though. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Joe Biden. And he got 80 million votes. Y'all serious? Yeah, as much as y'all hated Trump, they never came out and was able to fucking make full-blown compilations of fuck Trump, fuck Donald Trump, none of that shit. Now, they did try with like one or two, but it wasn't like this. It wasn't like this. You know what I'm saying? Shit fucking crazy. I'm gonna be back on the other side with more and shit. Don't move your motherfucking switch. We having fun, right? We having fun. Don't go nowhere. It's your boy. Joe, AOC keep trying to blame this Afghanistan disaster on Trump. Who's really to blame?
I want to speak today to the unfolding situation in Afghanistan, the developments that have taken place in the last week, and the steps we're taking to address the rapidly evolving events. I I made the decision. The buck stops with me. I am President of the United States. The buck stops with me. And I made it clear to them, the buck stops with me. The last point I'll make is this. Look, the buck stops with me. I know my decision will be criticized. There'll be plenty of time to criticize and second guess when this operation is over. I'm focused on getting this job done. I inherited a deal that President Trump negotiated with the Taliban. U.S. forces will be out of Afghanistan by May 1. I'll be straight with you. The truth is, this did unfold more quickly than we had anticipated. Our only vital national interest in Afghanistan remains today what it has always been.
America is addicted to oil.
You know, I talked, we've made clear to the Taliban. Look, I made the decision. The buck stops with me. I am President of the United States. The buck stops with me. And I made it clear to them, the buck stops with me. The last point I'll make is this. Look, the buck stops with me. But the idea that somehow there's a way to have gotten out without chaos.
So for you, that was always priced into the decision?
Yes. There's no good time to leave Afghanistan. I don't know how that happens.
Put it in reverse.
That was 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
What happens now in Afghanistan? Do you think the Taliban have changed?
No. Do they want to be recognized by the international community as being a legitimate government? I'm not sure they do. You know, I take that responsibility seriously. I carry that burden every day. Look, I made the decision. The buck stops with me. I am President of the United States. The buck stops with me. And I made it clear to them, the buck stops with me. The last point I'll make is this. Look, the buck stops with me.
Now listen, if you have not subscribed to YouTube channel, do it right now. Do it today. Click the big red subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Whoa!
So we back, you know what I'm saying? And Tucker Carlson got a question. Why would Biden do this to his country? It's a very good question.
You've got to ask yourself, as you watch the historic tragedy that is Joe Biden's immigration policy, what's the point of this? Nothing about it is an accident, obviously. It's intentional. Joe Biden did it on purpose. But why? Why would a president do this to his own country? No sane first world nation opens its borders to the world, promising the poorest people on the planet that they can have endless free taxpayer-funded services if they show up and break your laws. That's not just stupid, it's suicidal. For generations, middle-class Americans have had access to the best health care in the world, but not anymore. That's over for good. Our system cannot handle this many destitute newcomers, period. Imagine what hospitals are going to look like a year from now. How about schools? What Joe Biden is doing now will change this country forever. So again, why is he doing it? There's only one plausible answer. You're not allowed to say it out loud. CNN will attack you if you do. The social media companies will shut you down. The Southern Poverty Law Center will call you dangerous. You could lose your bank account. The left will become completely unhinged and hysterical, and that's how you know it's true. They only censor the true things. Nobody gets in trouble for claiming the earth is flat. So it could be risky for us to explain what's actually happening here, but for once, we don't need to do that. Joe Biden himself has already done it for us. Here's Biden explaining the entire point of mass immigration back in 2015 when he was vice president.
An unrelenting stream of immigration.
That's what he wants.
Non-stop.
An unrelenting stream of immigration.
Folks like me who were Caucasian of European descent, for the first time in 2017, will be in an absolute minority in the United States of America. Absolute minority. Fewer than 50% of the people in America from then and on will be white European stock. That's not a bad thing. That's a source of our strength.
Wow.
An unrelenting stream of immigration. But why? Well, Joe Biden just said it. To change the racial mix of the country. That's the reason, to reduce the political power of people whose ancestors lived here and dramatically increase the proportion of Americans newly arrived from the third world. And then Biden went further. He said that non-white DNA is the, quote, source of our strength. Imagine saying that. This is the language of eugenics. It's horrifying. But there's a reason Biden said it. In political terms, this policy is called the Great Replacement, the replacement of legacy Americans with more obedient people from faraway countries. They brag about it all the time. But if you dare to say it's happening, they will scream at you with maximum hysteria.
And call you a
and
conspiracy
here you have
theorist.
Joe Biden confirming his motive on tape with a smile on his face. No one who talks like this should ever be the President of the United States. The President of the United States has a moral obligation to represent all Americans equally, not just
not foreigners and shit. Like,
for 4 years, remember, they told you that Donald Trump was a racist. But has anyone ever shown that Trump in his entire life said anything half as disgusting as what Joe Biden said on that tape? No, no one's ever shown that. Now, you're not supposed to notice this, of course, and to keep you from noticing what Joe Biden is doing and why, they are, as always, accusing you of their sins. Here are two sitting members of Congress telling you that it's racist to enforce immigration law. Watch.
Congress must do the work of investigating and ensuring accountability of the egregious and white supremacist behavior of Border Patrol agents in Del Rio, Texas.
What we witness takes us back hundreds of years. What we witnessed was worse than what we witnessed in slavery. Cowboys with their reins again whipping black people,
fake news,
Haitians, into the water
fake
where
news.
They're scrambling and falling down when all they're trying to do is escape from violence in their country.
Fake news.
It's worse than slavery, enforcing our own laws. That was Maxine Waters. Everything she just said is a lie. The Haitians now in Texas aren't trying to escape violence in their own country. They haven't been in Haiti in years. They have been living in South America. Many even had refugee status in South America, in countries like Chile and Brazil. But that wasn't good enough. They waited for Joe Biden to become president, and they came here for the free health care and housing that Joe Biden promised them. So now they have arrived. Why wouldn't they? You would. Who wouldn't? So here's what it looks like tonight in South Texas.
A stunning scene more reminiscent of a third world country than the United States. Over 10,000 migrants are crammed underneath the international bridge here after crossing illegally into the United States. Many using sticks, plants, and whatever they can find to build shelter as they wait to be processed by Border Patrol. From above, a Fox News drone reveals the size and scope of the crisis, showing a camp that reached a population of 15,000 at its climax because of this. Over the weekend, we gained exclusive access to a boat on the Rio Grande, and we watched as a constant stream of hundreds of migrants crossed the river from Mexico, entering the United States illegally, hundreds at a time gathering on the shoreline.
Yo, these
before
niggas
walking to the
was
bridge.
even going back to Mexico to buy takeout and shit.
No.
Shit was crazy.
We don't
Where
have
the
to put
fuck
up with
they
this
get this
because
bread
at the end
from?
of the day, the administration could send these people back immediately. Haitians are not bad people.
could.
A lot of them are great people. But we have no obligation to let them into our country. American citizens owe no debt to Haiti. Haiti was never an American colony. Haiti has been an independent country for more than 200 years, since 1804. And for much of that time, we have sent Haiti a whole lot of aid. So however sad and dysfunctional Haiti might be, it is not our fault. That's for sure. And yet Joe Biden is now punishing Border Patrol officers who tried to enforce the law, who dared to deter Haitians from entering this country illegally with their reins. They weren't whips, they were reins. It doesn't matter to the Biden administration. The officers' real crime was trying to do their job, trying to stop illegal migration into this country. They've now been suspended. They will likely be fired. Can you imagine punishing law enforcement for enforcing the law? This is insane. Why do American citizens have a duty to follow the law at this point? That's an honest question. People are going to start asking that question. The White House spent most of today calling those officers' actions horrific. Really, how were they horrific? The White House never told us. That's because no one ever cared about whether the whip was real or not. Joe Biden's press secretary is an accomplished liar, so she understands the principle well. Here she is, in one of the great clips of all time, claiming that, unlike you, Haitians do not need to show vaccination cards.
Wow. If somebody walks into the country, right across the river, does somebody ask them to see their vaccination card?
Well, let me explain to you again.
That means
how
no.
the process works.
Once you say, well,
as individuals come across
it's a wrap.
the border, and they are both assessed for whether they have any symptoms. If they have symptoms, the intention is for them to be quarantined. That is our process. They're not intending to stay here for a lengthy period of time.
Oh. So Haitians entering our country illegally from God knows where are not required to show vaccination cards because, quote, they're not intending to stay here for a lengthy period of time.
Wow.
Really? So let's say you go out to a restaurant in Midtown Manhattan. Do you intend to stay in that restaurant for a
lengthy period of time?
For years?
No.
No, you just want to have dinner.
Right.
But in order to get inside, you still need to show a vaccination card. Why? Oh, because you were born here. You're not Haitian, so you don't get a pass. Let's be honest, none of these people are ever going home. That's just true. According to the Associated Press, quote, many Haitian migrants camped in the small Texas border town are now being released into the United States. Haitians, one official told the Associated Press, have been freed on a, quote, very, very large scale. Oh, of course. In recent days, Fox News has confirmed that many of these Haitians are not even being given court dates, as Bill Malugin just told us. They're being given something called advisory notices requesting that they show up at some point in the future. Any woman claiming to be pregnant is immediately being waved into the country, no proof necessary. Her child would be instantly an American citizen. So who are these people exactly, these new Americans? Well, the administration has no idea. None. They have no idea. They don't care. Today, Jen Psaki again admitted she's not even sure how many Haitians have been admitted into the U.S. and how many have been deported. All we know is several of Haitians trying to gain access to this country appear to be violent. This was the scene at the airport in Port-au-Prince just yesterday.
Wow. These niggas, they trying to get on the plane.
The scene at
this should look like fucking Afghanistan.
Angry Haitians dropped off here by the Biden administration throw rocks and shoes at the plane that carried them home. 3 U.S. ICE officers were reported injured during incidents on the tarmac.
Throwing rocks at ICE officers. The Biden administration has made it clear it's not going to do anything about this, of course. The governor of Texas isn't doing much about it either. That would be Greg Abbott, a Republican. In a matter of moments, Greg Abbott could deploy the National Guard, the Texas National Guard, to shut off the southern border completely, protect his state and the rest of the country. He's refused to do that. Instead, he's just deployed just over 1,000 of the 19,000 troops he controls. Why is that? Why not save the country if you have the power to do that? Why not save your own state? We don't know. Greg Abbott refused to come on the show and tell us. In a moment, we'll speak to one of his primary opponents about what should be done to protect all of us. Hey, Sean
I mean, seriously, though. 1,000 troops out of 19,000? I already knew he was playing the game. You know what I mean? Abbott was showing us signs he was working with the globalists early on. Then he tried to switch his tune at the last minute and then thought he was bamboozling us and shit. And that's how all the fucking the lefty losers do it and shit. Even when they got R before their name and shit. I mean, you know what? Here go a lefty loser that been in the game a long time. Democrat Schumer complains about Republicans refusing to help Democrats raise the debt limit. Why they trying to put infrastructure? Why they trying to put fucking paths to citizenship inside of a debt bill and shit? Hey, what's the deal with that shit? Nah, man. What's the deal with that? See, they on that bullshit, bro. It's all bullshit. Let's do it.
And number two, and even worse, it is that
he don't even know what the fuck he talking about.
That they're paying for this is because Democrats are getting the country further in debt. None of this debt that we are asking for has anything to do with what's happening now. Even the Wall Street Journal, don't take my word for it, even the Wall Street Journal,
which is a propaganda,
raising the debt limit would facilitate future spending, and Congress would still need to raise the debt limit this fall, even if no new spending programs are enacted. That's the Wall Street Journal, directly contradicting Leader McConnell and the Republican senators. So I hope you'll ask all the Republican senators, not just McConnell, why they're willing to do this. That's the question. That's the fundamental question here. Not who's going to blink. Why would one person risk all of this?
Because that's what y'all did.
Contest. It makes no sense.
That's what y'all did.
Remember, the bottom line, this will hurt our economy dramatically. A new Zandy report. Default over a period of time could lead to 6 million jobs lost, send unemployment to 9%, take $15 trillion out of the economy. Who would want to do that? It could stop payment for Social Security recipients, stop payments to veterans, raise interest rates for making a mortgage or a car more expensive, cost local governments more. There's a tax increase.
Y'all already doing that. Y'all already doing a tax increase. I mean, y'all already doing all that. What you mean?
If you let the debt ceiling expire. It's a tax increase because local governments will pay more interest and have to charge their taxpayers more money. So Republicans are driving America towards a default as we heal from COVID. It's going to harm every American, but their arguments don't carry any water.
They're really showing themselves to do really well. Come on, man.
That's y'all man, fucking Mitchie McConnell. I mean, I mean Chucky Schumer and shit, you know what I'm saying? And he mad because they won't pass this bill with all these blank checks in it for Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and other Democrats and fucking some Republicans like fucking who the fag boy? Lindsey Graham, fucking weirdo lefty losers and shit that claim to be Republicans and shit. They just on the lefty loser side. Like, yeah, we really lefty losers, but we like to claim that we on the right side. That's all they doing. They playing lunchtime wars and shit with y'all fucking livelihoods and shit. Lunchtime wars. This shit crazy and shit. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you know what I mean? Haitian immigrants are attacking pilots and ICE officers on deportation flight. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just did all this to get the motherfucking America, and then you bring us back, you motherfucker. So they actually really deporting fucking Haitians and shit. So they want all the Spanish-speaking motherfuckers to come in, but they don't want no niggas. They like, no niggas. Let's send those niggas back. And this probably the only plane that they sent with Haitians on that joint and shit, which is very fucking unfortunate and shit. You know what I mean? The rest probably went around the fucking country and shit, because you already know they're not going to really send them all back. Come on.
NBC News has learned Haitian migrants who were deported to Haiti today attacked pilots and immigration officers on another flight after it landed in Port-au-Prince. So the plane carrying single adult men were released from the aircraft to Haitian authorities on the airport tarmac. Then, NBC News reports, several of those men stormed another recently arrived jet carrying families. The Biden administration has been ramping up the flights after more than 15,000 mostly Haitian migrants crossed into Texas from Mexico and set up a makeshift camp under a bridge. In Del Rio, here's NBC's Morgan Chesky.
Shep, numbers are going down here in Del Rio, but there are still about 8,600 migrants beneath the border bridge about a half mile from where I'm standing. Processing those people an absolute priority because of the brutal conditions here. It's still reaching about 100 degrees during the day. And while they are getting a little food and water, I have had migrants tell me what is being handed out is not enough. As it stands right now, we know that many of these migrants have been taken to nearby shelters and or processing centers. We had a chance to speak to one 25-year-old man who told us that he's on his way to Houston before hopefully connecting with family in Brooklyn. But he told us of the struggles beneath that bridge for the past week with his pregnant wife, saying that at one point he swam back to Mexico to buy enough food and water so that his family would be okay because he couldn't rely on what was being handed out by the government. Now, we heard from Secretary Mayorkas earlier today who said...
Think about that. These niggas is coming to America. The nigga swam back across the river to Mexico to buy fucking grub and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga wanted some grub and shit. He's like, hey, you know, I'm just really hungry, you know. Ain't no stores nearby. So this nigga go all the way back into Mexico to go get some grub and shit. Like, think about that. Who the fuck, where did you get all this money from? To get all the way from Haiti, all the way up here on foot, have a cell phone, and swim across rivers, and buy fucking food, and go swim back across the fucking river. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. This shit It's just happenstance. Like, nah, bro, this shit is fucking replacement migration brung on by the fucking UN. I told y'all niggas this shit was a plan, bro.
Despite the current size of the encampment here, the goal is to have everything cleared out, everyone processed within the next 10 days. However, when you see the sheer size of it still beneath that bridge, it remains to be seen if that will actually happen in the next week or so. Shep?
Morgan, thanks.
Bold color, will it show on my hair? Nutrice Ultra Color by Garnier with avocado, olive, and
crazy
shea.
shit. Nah, man, I wish I could use some Fructis with avocado, garlic, and whatever the fuck. But yeah, man, Pelosi not giving a fuck as usual and shit. About to hit us with the drunk speak. Pelosi repeating her name label mantra or whatever. Yo, that's how you know she don't give a fuck about y'all. This bitch just say anything and be like, you know, or whatever, you know. Let them have ice cream. Marie Antoinette ass bitch.
The goal of terrorists is not only to tear down a building, a system.
She is a terrorist.
Still fear.
She is a terrorist, though. That's exactly what she does. She's a demon terrorist using the power of the U.S. government to fucking seclude herself under the cloak of protection that's given to her by us, the people. You know what I'm saying? This bitch is just, you already know, this shit crazy, bro.
And to others. We have a responsibility to protect and defend. Safety, security is the basis for every other good thing that flows from a democracy. So when freedom of expression turns into violence, or an attempt to undermine the Constitution.
Which she does. This whole speech is an inversion of what she actually does. Everything she says she against is what she's actually doing currently and shit. That shit is fucking crazy, man. She's undermining the Constitution.
To undermine the Constitution.
She's doing that.
The Constitution, the Congress, or our democracy. Then we have to have a lively debate about that.
She don't want no debate. That's why they telling Facebook to censor every fucking body. How we gonna have a lively debate when you telling everybody to be censored? You know what I mean? Come on, dog.
To seek the truth.
To seek the truth. She don't want to fucking seek the truth. Never wanted to fucking seek the truth. Don't give a fuck about the truth.
To seek the truth as to how this manifestation on January 6th and one taking place right now today and what.
January 6th. This bitch still pushing this January 6th bullshit, man. This bitch is something else.
Day 39 still.
This bitch is really something else. Did y'all ever...
Washington, D.C., how this came about, the underlying causes of it, whether it's white supremacy, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia,
Islamophobia, and you know she not gonna forget y'all favorite one.
Islamophobia, anti-LGBTQ, anti-women, whatever that.
She don't even know what the fuck all those things is. She like, whatever the fuck that is. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever that
is.
They're really showing themselves to do really well. Come on, man.
Shit crazy, man. But meanwhile, y'all man fucking Bill Gates is awkward in an interview about Jeffrey Epstein, his man crush. You know he loves Jeffrey Epstein so dearly. Jeffrey boy. You know what I'm saying? Listen, Mr. P, I would appreciate it if you wouldn't say anything negative about Jeffrey Epstein tonight, please. You know, Mr. P, listen. I know you are still upset that I tried to kill you. And I get it. I would be upset if you tried to kill me. But listen, listen. I'm trying to call the herd. You know, if we get rid of those old people, I mean, we can hire 10 teachers. I mean, you know, they'll teach you how to be good little communists. You know, you want to be a good communist, P. Come on, P. And as far as Jeffrey Epstein, listen, I was gonna do some business with him. I did business with him, but then I realized I shouldn't be doing this business with him. So that's when I came to the conclusion that I shouldn't be doing business with him, Mr. P. You have to believe me.
The world's most powerful Dr. Bill Gates squirmed his way through an interview after he was asked by PBS about Jeffrey Epstein.
You had a number of meetings with Jeffrey Epstein.
This is awkward.
Yeah, that nigga immediately was yeah.
Had a number of meetings with Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, this is awkward.
You know, I had dinners with him.
Dinners? You flew on the Lolita Express to Palm Beach.
Wow. Ho. Damn, Paul. Damn, you got that nigga. Oh, shit. This nigga went on a Lolita Express. This 2013. He went 1, 2, 3. Damn, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, no, 26, 27. Wow, this nigga. He went on the 7th, the 13th, the 14th, the 16th, the 18th, the 22nd, the 24th, the 26th, and fucking March 1st. This nigga was killing them in February. Killing them little girls. But Mr. P, you know I have the erectile dysfunction. I like being hit. Oh, shit, damn. Damn.
Lolita Express to Palm Beach 5 years after he was convicted for being a pedo. That's a bit more than dinners, Bill. They didn't ask him about that, though.
He had relationships with people he said, you know, would give to global health. You know, not nearly enough philanthropy goes in that direction. You know, those meetings were a mistake. They didn't result in...
Nigga, you stayed at his house. At his personal place of residence on more than one occasion. Like, you stayed the night and stayed days in that joint. Nigga, this wasn't no accident, buddy.
What he purported...
Why he smiling and shit? He's smiling hard as shit, rubbing his hands together, all the telltale signs. He lying.
And I cut them off.
Really? What about the $2 million in philanthropy that Epstein secured from you that was sent to MIT? That resulted in something. You know, when you met him in 2013, 5 years after he'd been convicted for being a pedo, they didn't ask him about that either. They didn't ask him why MIT tried to cover up the donation. When former MIT Director of Development and Strategy, Peter Cohen, said in an email, quote, "For gift recording purposes, we will not be mentioning Jeffrey's name as the impetus for this gift."
So there's nothing new on that.
Yeah, there's nothing new on it.
Oh, there's plenty new on that.
Conveniently died. And dead men tell no tales.
It was reported that you continue to meet with him over several years.
Why are you shaking your head? That's part of the record.
He ain't say nothing. He said you have been meeting with him over several years. That nigga shook his head like violently, like it wasn't me. Nope. Don't say it was me. It wasn't me. Nope. Wasn't. Nope. I refuse to let you say it.
And there's absolutely nothing new on that.
There's nothing new on that. He's dead.
He's dead.
He's definitely dead, right? You made sure, definitely dead.
He's dead.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead. So, in general, you always have to be careful. I'm.
Yeah, you do have to be careful not to meet with.
This nigga got the shiftiest eyes on the planet right now.
Him multiple times and then fly on his private jet 5 years after he's been convicted for being a pedo. Easy mistake to make, I guess. I mean, come on, we've all been there, right?
That was an accident.
He's definitely dead, right?
He's dead.
It's just funny as shit. Bill Gates does an interview about Epstein relationships and it goes horrible. This is my man Salty Cracker. You know this is going to be something to laugh at. Let's do it.
That you had a number of meetings with Jeffrey Epstein, who, when you met him 10 years ago, he was convicted of soliciting prostitution from minors. What did you know about him when you were meeting with him? As you've said yourself, in the hopes of raising money?
You know, I had dinners with him. Oh,
lads. Look who thought it was safe enough to stick his pencil neck out of his hidey hole. Everybody's favorite full-on rapist. I mean, full-on kid rapist.
I know, we get it.
Philanthropist.
Yep.
The word's hard to say, boys. Everybody's favorite philanthropist, Bill Gates, thinking it's all clear. Going to go out and do an interview with PBS. I did not cut it. I did not manipulate any of what you're going to see in this video. This came straight from PBS. And I don't know who the hell Bill Gates has as a handler. I don't know if he's got, I don't know if he's got anybody around him at this point that is talking any sense to this motherfucker.
Is letting his ass down.
We ain't releasing that.
Well, he's dead, so, there's...
Oh, shit, no, wait. No. You released a minute and 44-second long clip over on PBS NewsHour, and it's Bill Gates being grilled about Epstein, and he's sitting there going, you got the dude from PBS goes, Bill, did you have, like, dinners with Epstein? And he goes,
what did you know about him when you were meeting with him, as you've said yourself, in the hopes of raising money?
You know, I had dinners with him. I regret doing that. He had relationships with people he said, you know, would give to global health, which is a interest I have. You know, not nearly enough philanthropy goes in that direction.
Well, we know you had dinners with Epstein, dude. We know you had dinners with Epstein. We got pictures of you with Epstein. You've been on his fucking airplane. You've been at his island. We know this. And fucking Bill Gates like, what? I like totally only met with Epstein because Epstein was totally going to like hook me up with little children. I mean, with allegedly. No, not at all. Actually, he was going to hook Bill. I'm going to get fucking killed. This video going to get me killed. Epstein ain't going to be the only son of a bitch that died on suicide watch with all the cameras turned off. But anyway, Bill Gates is sitting there telling no, he was going to hook me up with another philanthropist, and they were going to support something that's near and dear to my heart, which is world health. Well, really? You? I'm not convinced that you're allowed to go into India at this point. I'd like to see Bill Gates walk through India. I want to see Bill Gates walk through some of these African countries where it looks like he was chased the fuck out of after he gave a polio vaccine to a bunch of people that they gave everybody polio. It's weird. The biggest outbreaks of polio in India and the biggest outbreaks of polio in some of these African countries are right after this dude inoculated a bunch of kids. That's where that shit works out. And weird. It's weird. It's not like we have videos of this dude talking about depopulating the planet. Hey, shut up, idiots! That's all a conspiracy theory.
Yep.
No, it's near and dear to his heart. Near and dear. World health. Near and dear to his heart. And motherfucker ain't ever talking about losing weight. He ain't ever talking about the obesity pandemic that we have in this country. He ain't paying motherfuckers to stop smoking. He ain't paying people to stop going to KFC and McDonald's. He ain't paying soda companies to stop making soda. He ain't paying for anything. No. He's only interested in inoculations and vaccine passports. And this entire video clip right here is this dude looking like he's a straight-up criminal. I mean, it's just, this entire thing is really atrocious, really bad.
It was reported that you continue to meet with him over several years, and that, in other words, a number of meetings. What did you do when you found out about his background?
Well, you know, I've said I regretted having those dinners. And there's absolutely nothing new on that.
But there you have it, my friends. PBS NewsHour thought that they were going to go out there and launder this dude's image back into the public sphere. They thought they were going to do a good job. And I'm sitting there going, no, this is worse than Windows Vista. This is really worse than this fucking nerdy work. There's a handful of nerds out there going, excuse me, Windows Vista is like the best. Really? You probably like Windows Millennium Edition as well, right? Anyway. No, this dude is in a lot of trouble. He's been hiding for a while at this point. He's understanding that Fauci and the rest of these people pushing this one bandage for coof nonsense out there is faltering. He's watching all of the Fauci documents come out about funding Wuhan, and he's sitting there going, I don't know if I should come out, but we definitely got to fix this Epstein thing. And let me go to PBS. They'll help me out with this. And the fucking goofball spends more time. At one point they ask him, they sit there and they go, is there any lessons that you could learn from meeting with a known convicted kid fucker? And he goes, well, Epstein's dead. So they're going, is that a veiled threat? Is that a threat? He's dead. Yeah, we know he's dead. Why'd you bring that so fucking weird thing? No. What could you have learned from, I don't know, transacting, mingling, partying with, going to the islands of kid fuckers? What could you... Are there any lessons that you could have learned? Is there anything that you would have done differently? Well, he's dead.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead. So, in general, you always have to be careful.
He's dead. We know he's dead, Phil. I think. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you, at this point. This fucking world's insane. But the way that this dude is acting during this entire... Again, this is a minute. It's almost 2 minutes that PBS themselves put up. Is this the good part? Is this the part that's supposed to help this dude's fucking image? Because I'm telling you right now, nobody trusts this cocksucker over here. Nobody likes this son of a bitch. I know you guys keep putting him on TED Talks. You guys keep putting him in... these flattering situations.
Try to make him look good.
Culture, it ain't working. Nobody trusts this motherfucker. Ain't nobody trusts this fucking dude. And this made it way worse. This entire thing made it way worse. There you have it, my friends. If you want to be kept up to date with the shenanigans of Bill Gates, thinking that he's still a thing, hit that subscribe button and make way. Because the salt must flow.
Crazy shit, bro. Fucking crazy shit. You know what I mean? So, Tucker Carlson is asking, what the hell is this? Tucker Carlson reveals a PowerPoint from the U.S. Army justifying vaccine mandates with a slideshow that says how many children were sacrificed to Satan for the vaccine, along with the listing of 7 tenets of Satanism. What the fuck?
56 servicemen killed themselves. So military suicide is an actual crisis that the Pentagon might want to address. Lloyd Austin might want to look into that. But no, that would get the Democratic Party nothing. The point of mandatory vaccination is to identify the sincere Christians in the ranks, the free thinkers, the men with high testosterone levels, and anyone else who does not love Joe Biden, and make them leave immediately. It's a takeover of the U.S. military. Here's how they're doing it. This show has just obtained a PowerPoint that the Army is using to justify mandatory vaccines to the troops. This is an actual slide from it on your screen. You will notice there the sympathetic portrayal of Satanism. How many children were sacrificed to Satan because of the vaccine? The slide reads, apparently sarcastically. Then the presentation proceeds to list the so-called tenets of Satanism, which are taken straight from the Temple of Satanism website.
Oh, my God.
So here you have the United States Army doing PR for Satanism. The rest of the presentation is less shocking than that, but it's utterly shoddy and dishonest. For example, it falsely claims that only 3 people have died from taking the COVID vaccine. Reports collected by the Biden administration itself indicate that number is actually in the thousands. So we called the Army about this today, and they conceded the PowerPoint you just saw is absolutely real. Troops saw it, but it was somehow not approved by Army leadership. They did not explain how that works or what they're going to do about it. We do know the vaccine mandate is taking a terrible toll on the U.S. military and on this country's ability to defend itself at a very volatile time in the world. Already, 3 members of the CIA paramilitary teams that first entered Afghanistan after 9/11, remember them? They got there before the military. 3 members of that team have been suspended for not getting vaccinated. They're being told to await disciplinary proceedings.
Wow.
Meanwhile, an Army officer, Lieutenant Colonel Paul Douglas Haig, just announced that he's resigning from the military rather than take medicine that he does not want or need.
That's crazy. And if you want access to that full thing, you could just slide over to civiliantalkpodcast.com, and it's right there for you. And as usual, we got some 2020 election results and shit. But County clerk submits report that Colorado Secretary of State and Dominion destroyed election data. You know what I'm saying? Court red-handed. Mesa County, Colorado clerk recorded Tina M. Peters has submitted a forensic examination report of Mesa County commissioners. The report shows that a massive amount of election data was deleted and destroyed by the office of the Democrat Colorado Secretary of State Jenna Griswold and Dominion Voting Systems, which performed a supposed system upgrade on voting equipment in May, which was called like the trusted upgrade or some shit. The most trusted upgrade. And yeah, if you want to see that full story, it's over at Civilian Talk Podcast as well. I'm getting the fuck out of here, so I'll be back to close this drawing out. Don't move your motherfucking switch. It's your boy. Hey, Kamala. I'm coming.
Why not visit the border? Why not see what Americans are seeing?
I think that at some point she may go to the border. We'll see, but we'll circle back.
You have a message for would-be migrants. Don't come.
Do not come.
Put it in reverse.
Do not come. She may go to the border. I will have to circle back on that one. Do not come. Do not come. I expect at some time she may go to the border. We'll circle back.
We have to understand that there's a reason people are arriving at our border.
So how quickly does this change what we see at the border?
I don't understand the point that you're making. There's not going to be a quick fix. I've been very clear from the beginning.
What her focus has been, what the assignment is to work with leaders. She's doing exactly what the president asked her to do.
It is insulting. It is embarrassing.
You have a message for would-be migrants. Don't come.
Do not come.
Put it in reverse.
Do not come. She may go to the border. I will have to circle back on that one. Do not come. Do not come. I expect at some time she may go to the border. We'll circle back.
The reason that I'm in Guatemala is to address the reasons people leave home, flee. They want to stay. They don't want to leave. We are going to the border. We've been to the border. This whole thing about the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
What her focus has been, what the assignment is to work with leaders. She's doing exactly what the president asked her to do.
It is insulting. It is embarrassing.
You have a message for would-be migrants. Don't come.
Do not come.
Put it in reverse.
Do not come. She may go to the border. I will have to circle back on that one. Do not come. Do not come. I expect at some time she may go to the border. We'll circle back.
I don't know what you tell the people that live at the southern border. I guess they better arm up and get guns and be ready. Maybe they're going to have to start taking matters into their own hands. It is bad all around.
Don't come.
Do not come.
Put it in reverse.
Do not come. She may go to the border. I will have to circle back on that one. Do not come. Do not come. I expect at some time she may go to the border. We'll circle back.
Now listen, if you have not subscribed to YouTube channel, do it right now. Do it today. And all you have to do is click the big red subscribe button. Whoa!
So we back. You already know I want to say thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for coming through, hanging with your boy. You know, falling back, just chilling and shit. Appreciate your airspace, you know what I'm saying? Please share the show, you know what I'm saying? Please continue to support the show. Please continue to pray for the show. You know what I mean? To expand and get better as we go along and shit, you know what I mean? Thank you for sticking around and fucking with us. Really appreciate the fact that, you know, a lot of y'all is really holding us down, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, before we had the press passes, y'all was holding us down and shit. So shout out to all my longtime supporters. Shout out to my man JS, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to JMB, you know what I mean? Used to be S, Samson, you know what I mean? You know, shout out to my man Dip Bandit, Chantel Twins, Tiana's Talents, shout out to Tim, shout out to you and your lady and shit. Shout out to my man JS Hassan, shout out to just everybody fucking with the show. Shout out to my man Teron. You know, shout out to everybody fucking with the shit. Shout out to Myra and shit, you know what I mean? You know, just shout out to everybody, man. I can sit here and think of more and more motherfuckers. Every time I say I think of somebody new and shit, so you already know. Shout out to my man Shizzy. Shout out to my man Dre. He's going through a little tough time right now, not COVID related, you know what I mean? So y'all pray for him and shit, you know what I'm saying? He just lost a loved one, you know what I mean? Wasn't due to COVID neither and shit, you know what I'm saying? So pretty tragic shit, you know what I'm saying? So definitely shout out to Dre. Father God, please be with Dre and his family. Father God, please bless Dre and protect Dre from anything the devil got next for him and shit. Father God, you already know. I want to say, you know, thank you to my wife. She's become a beacon of light in a world full of darkness. You know, she used to give me static about doing these shows. Now it's like, oh, you got a show tonight, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I be trying to sleep, like, you know what I mean? Fuck it, I'm just going to say fuck this one. And she'll be like, no, you can't do that, you know what I mean? You got to go get the people what they need and shit, you know what I'm saying? Or even if I go to sleep first, you mean hard nap type John here, she come waking me up. Hey, don't you got a show tonight? You need to get to it. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? That's love. You know, she just got back from her vacation, her momcation, with her and all her girlfriends and her cousins and her sister and shit. And they had a good time in Miami. Shout out to Miami. Shout out to Florida. Shout out to Ron DeSantis. Shout out to Trump, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Alex Jones. Shout out to Owen Schroyer, Stu Peters, you know what I mean? Shout out to fucking everybody and shit, you know what I mean? Shout out to Harrison Smith. Shout out to motherfucking, you know, Salty Krizacker. Shout out to fucking Hannity, Tucker Carlson. Shout out to everybody that be trying to put some effort forward, you know what I mean, to make the world a better place and, you know, really mean it. Not just that bullshit, that tolerance, diversity, acceptance, and include that Nancy Pelosi shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. A lot of people don't want to share this information with y'all, you know what I'm saying? And they are going through great lengths to keep y'all from hearing this information. And the sad part is, it's a lot of people that really just want to, you know, do their part for humanity, and they feel like doing their part for humanity is taking this vaccine and, you know what I'm saying, becoming something else, and, you know, it's all for the greater good of everybody, but in all reality, it's not, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of people don't understand that, you know, a lot of these people just waiting for your downfall from the sideline, and it's terrible because, you know, you don't know that they're trying to do it and shit. And then the people that try to tell you that they're doing it, they censoring them left and right. And then even if, you know what I mean, they do get their point across to you and shit, it's going to be misconstrued. Like, if you ever see my show, the post on Facebook, if you ever see it, you'll realize that the fucking it's like blurred out a little bit. So Facebook put like a filter on top of it to make it look less like what it is and shit, to make it look like more, you know, generic or some shit, raggedy, you know what I mean? And it's crazy because they do that shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that shit, you know what I'm saying? I just hit the share button and they automatically put a filter over it, you know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. But it is what it is. I ain't mad. Fuck y'all niggas. I'm still gonna get my motherfucking point across. Even with all y'all censorship, y'all can suck my motherfucking dick. It is what it is. It's your boy. You already know. And I'm not gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna like it. You know. Come on, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yo, I wanna say, you know, y'all give me hope that we can get past all this shit, you know what I'm saying? I look at y'all and I'm feeling very positive that we can defeat anything that's coming upon us. You guys, y'all see what's coming. Y'all know what's coming. Y'all know it ain't a game. Y'all know they out to get you and shit. And you know, the fact that more and more of y'all is waking up to the shit, you know what I mean? It's like, it's it's unquestionably a blessing and shit, you know what I'm saying? Unquestionably. I really hope that, we can get past this shit as humanity, dog. They're saying 5 billion doses have went out. You know what I'm saying? So theoretically, at minimum, it's 2.5 billion people injected with this shit already. I'm feeling like it's closer to 3 billion. I know a lot of people got double jabbed. You know what I'm saying? And this shit just crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Just had a loved one call my folks today and shit. Like, yo, this job talking about I gotta get the shot, whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, I'm hoping, I ain't gotta do it, but no, I love you. I'm calling you to let you know I love you. You know what I mean? If anything happened to me, just know it was the fucking shot that did it. That's a distressing ass call, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's very distressing. It's very distressing, man. Being a kid, having to deal with some shit like that, it's crazy. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, dog. You know what I mean? Again, I appreciate y'all for waking yourselves up. I appreciate y'all for, just showing up and keeping me company and shit. While I do this, John. And, just please continue to share the show. Please continue to, rock with us. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes, it's easy to forget about us and shit. You know what I mean? But you see what's coming. You see the writing on the wall. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope, it's us versus the globalists and not you helping the globalists get me and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's where the bullshit coming. And it's your boy, Mr. P.I. coming at you, bringing you that civilian talk, my nigga. And we about to get up out of this bitch. I ain't gonna do it again, but I felt it last time and shit. I really did. And I felt it so much that I hummed that shit for like 4 days afterwards and shit, and I'm still humming it. You know what I mean? So when I hear this particular instrumental, it kind of automatically come out and shit. But it's your boy, Mr. P. Bringing you that civilian talk. If we don't wake up today, we may not have an America to wake up to tomorrow. And it seems more and more apparent as we get closer to the end of the year. And the more Joe does, the more he screws up, the more he fucks us over big time. And I do appreciate all the people coming to the realization that they fucked up by voting for him. Thank you. I fucking love y'all. Please pray for humanity. Please continue to support the show. Please continue to sponsor the show. Please continue to donate to the show on Cash App and PayPal at Mr. PI55. As well as you can go hit the donation button on civiliantalkpodcast.com. And you can send us crypto too. We take crypto. If you want to send a nigga some doggy coins, I'll take some Doge coins. You know what I mean? Because it's your boy, Mr. P.I. coming at you, bringing you that civilian talk, my nigga. And we about to get up out of this bitch. Yo, if I should really write out like some lyrics to this, let me know and shit. If you're feeling that little portion and shit, I could really, kind of like how I did my intro and shit. You gotta remember, I'm an artist first, a host second. Well, producer first, artist second, host third. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's your boy, Mr. Beyond, coming at you, bringing you that civilian talk, my nigga. If we about to get about this bitch, this bitch. It's your boy. Hey, George, what's your perception on the reality of this world?
Now, you see, when your identity is defined by society, you cannot resist it. You don't have the knowledge, you don't have the wisdom, you don't have the resources to understand that something's being put over on you. You cannot but help believe the definition of you as a free agent. But you believe yourself to be a free agent as a result of not being free. That is to say, of being hopelessly unable to resist society's identification of you.
There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table to figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, but you have to be asleep to believe it.
Wake the fuck up, people. Should have final warning.
Move your motherfucking switch.